Good evening, magFAST 2021, and welcome back for the finale of tonight. We've got an amazing run going on here. Legend of Zelda Link to the Past Randomizer, all dungeons, let's go. One more thing is that we still got some incentives for Hollow Knight. If you guys want to see a Hollow Knight Randomizer do the extra bosses, feel free to donate. We've already met Nightmare King Grimm and Grimm, but we've got plenty more to go. Without further ado, I'll give it off to Ben Briggs for this amazing Zelda Rando run. Take it away.
Thank you so much. Amazing. That's a word you could use. Hi, everybody. I'm Ben Briggs. You may know me from magFAST. I have been a DJ and sort of a curator there for a long time. I'm also a video game remixer and electronic musician. And I am joined by fellow musician and fellow speedrunner TGH, who just finished his amazing Zelda 2 run. Don't know how I'm gonna follow that act, but we're gonna try.
Oh, you'll be great. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna play adequately. So the reason I said lower your expectations is not a self-burn or anything. It's more that my goal with this run is to showcase Link to the Past Randomizer in a way that maybe is a little less intimidating and a little bit more inviting, because the community is extremely welcoming and there's a whole bunch of different settings for you to get started on Randomizer. And a lot of times when you see people run Randomizer at these marathon settings, you know, they're like the most crazy talented, most experienced runners, and they're doing stuff that's like super intimidating, and my goal is to maybe show you I'm not like a bottom tier player, but like, competitively, like I'm not really that great at just like, I do it for fun but I do showcase a lot of different tricks. So this is by no means a casual run. I will know what I'm doing and where I'm going, but the idea is to show it off in a way that hopefully gets you guys excited and shows you that, Link to the Past Randomizer is something that anybody can do. And TGH will be here to just hang out with me and also help me help explain the more technical side of things and how some of these things work that we're going to be doing.
Sure.
And I think at some point he will probably course correct me. I just assume at some point he's like, "Why are you going there?" But
I'll be here if I see you making any decisions that I would normally make, and I'll be here to tell you if that's the wrong decision.
Right. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't do what I would do.
That's what I'm here to say.
But just want to say thank you to everybody for donating. I think the all dungeons goal, you guys quadrupled or quintupled it. Insane. Thank you so much. It's so cool that you guys are so interested in the run. And I love Child's Play. Like I said, it's my favorite charity of all time. So thank you so much. And shout outs to all the people who donated for Chrono Trigger to be the soundtrack. Won by a landslide. Second only to Earthbound by like $250, and then coming in third was Banjo-Kazooie. So you guys have very good taste in video game soundtracks. But without any further waffle, are we ready for a countdown?
We are.
All right, I'll just do 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this is wow. Hammer right out of the gate.
Let's go.
So this is open mode, and this is basically what that means is this is exactly the default settings. If you went to alttpr.com and you generated a seed with the default settings, this is what you would get. So this is basically sort of the most bog standard way to play. What I did there is I killed...
Minus the colors.
Minus the colors, yeah. Well, all the cosmetic stuff you have the option to do after you actually generate the seed. But yeah, so we got the hammer right out of the gate. That's an awesome weapon to have. That also makes it so we can check... we can do the front of the castle escape sequence because we actually have a weapon to use, which is super fun. I always like that, and I find it very convenient. Gonna grab some magic here, because you never know when you're gonna find that.
That magic is always there, by the way, like always on those spots.
Yeah, you can actually farm that if you're in a pinch. It's very slow, but sometimes you just gotta. The reason I picked up the sign at the beginning and killed one of these guards was to check my tier 1 tree pull, which is the items that you get when you pull on a tree. Tier 1 is after killing a single enemy. And we saw that our first tree pull is hearts, which is garbage, and we don't care about that anymore. So what we would ideally... Yeah, you know, it might come in clutch at some point, but generally speaking, not that big of a deal.
Bombs or rupees, like those are better tree bowls probably.
If you've never heard of what Randomizer is, it's basically all of the items in the game, whether it's a piece of heart or a freestanding item or a weapon or whatever. Basically anything that you can find in a chest that isn't a key or a compass or a map gets shuffled between all of the possible locations everywhere in the game. So that's just the basics of how this works. So like, you know, it is possible that all 4 swords could be, you know, super late in the game or unobtainable, you know, so it's like we might be using the hammer for an extremely long period of time. You never know.
Yeah, in addition to all the items being randomized, whether or not a dungeon is a pendant or a crystal dungeon, meaning like a dungeon that may not be required or a dungeon that definitely is required to enter Ganon's castle, can also be randomized. In fact, most of the time they will be completely different.
Yeah, that's true. All the crystals and pendants are randomized as well.
Yeah, so at some point in this run, Ben will be checking his map, because the map will always tell you what is a pendant dungeon and what's a crystal dungeon.
Although, ironically, because we're doing all dungeons, it doesn't matter as much.
Yeah, that is actually true. I forgot about that. Yeah, ordinarily in open mode, yes, you would. Nice cave. In open mode, you would, like, that information would matter. Instead, it really doesn't matter that much.
I'm gonna go ahead and bounce. So.
Also, I'm being asked by Tiraj to possibly raise my volume like 50%, as well as Waffle.
I'm not able to do that, but I can decrease the in-game volume.
Okay, I might be able to do that on my end as well a little bit. Let me see.
Cool.
I think mine is as loud as it goes on Discord, but I will check.
Hey, we got a sword.
Mine is also as loud as it goes.
I turned down the game audio a little bit, and you guys sound a little bit clearer to me, so. The soundtrack is an MSU pack, and it uses a certain I think it's like a memory thing with Super Nintendo. It basically allows your emulator or your flash cart to read audio files and play them back. So the music that you're hearing is actually like recordings of Chrono Trigger being loaded by the game at the proper times, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, you can learn how to do MSU1 packs in the Discord server, but if you're at all interested in, I'm just gonna dip our toes in the water for a bit. If you're at all interested in Link to the Past Randomizer, the best place to start is alttpr.com. It's an awesome community, and it's more active than ever, honestly. Especially with the new ladder races and stuff that are going on. So right now we're just going through our Sphere 0 checks, which just means checks that you can get at the beginning of the game without any... They're locations that don't need any additional items to unlock. So they're just stuff that's available right out of the gate. Those are called Sphere 0. And right now we're just going along our standard route of... This is basically just like the most standard way to sort of start out a seed, which is just knocking out as many checks as possible, seeing what you get, and then letting those items inform where you go for the rest of the run. So that's for me, the routing is what makes this game so fun. What makes Randomizer so fun is
just like the on-the-fly nature of it is like super engaging.
Right. With most speedruns, you have a route, you memorize the route, and then you grind that route. With Randomizer, it's you grind, you have a standard opening, but you can do it differently, and the route changes on the fly depending on what items you get or what checks you end up skipping. So in a race, somebody could do some crazy harebrained play that maybe doesn't make as much sense from an item density standpoint, but they could end up getting a crazy good item that allows them to progress a lot faster. Ooh, that's convenient.
Nice. Right near the statue too. Like,
yeah, it's just about the most convenient place that you can get the flute. Ooh, this game really wants me to have a good time.
Also,
don't worry.
When you get a chance, Ben, I'm being told like you might want to lower your own mic volume by like 30%.
I can do that.
Apparently, it's you that's super loud, and like us that's like the commentators that are quiet. Or by commentators, I mean me.
we will see if that is better.
Okay. All right. Is this better?
Check, check, 1 2 1 2. Sorry, I have
right after. Sorry.
I have a lot of processing on my microphone to make me louder, so and more compressed.
Yeah, so right after this cave, which apparently just has rupees, we're gonna be headed over to the bird statue in order to activate our flute, because that's how you activate the flute. You got to play the flute. Nice
Wow.
pearl, nice pearl, nice beginning, honestly.
Yeah, I'm a little scared.
Right there, you also noticed right there. I know why you're scared. You also noticed that Ben, instead of like straight up like manually menuing to the flute, he actually did something called quick swapping. Rando actually includes a feature which allows you to just press the L and R buttons to switch your items in your menu without having to open the actual inventory menu, which is faster than.
And it is now
you can manually enable as well.
It is now race legal as well for the first time in a while. Ooh, chicken clip. Let's go.
Nice.
Wow, that chicken just said bye. He's gone forever.
He's gone.
So if you throw that chicken with relatively good timing during the bomb explosion, a lot of different wacky things can happen, and that time I vaporized him out of existence, so. Rest in peace, chicken. So yeah, open mode uses logic that doesn't require any major glitches. In fact, it doesn't require any glitches, actually. Except for, you know, well, no, it doesn't require any. Like, it doesn't even require doing dark rooms or anything. But you have those as an option if you want to go faster. But I'm going to be generally staying within logic, and I'll be generally, like, I might do a dark room if, ooh, okay.
Okay, so the glove's in the library. So that glove actually requires the Pegasus boots to get.
Yeah, so either that means we're going to get the boots early, or we're going to find another glove. I will actually take that, because I'm bad at video games. I thought to blind check it, but you know. If I wasn't trying to play safe,
fair to get.
If I wasn't trying to be safe, I would just skip that heart container, but which would be the purpose of jumping down to check what it was, and then you could just save and quit from that point, but I don't feel like playing it safe, so. Or I do feel like playing it safe, rather. There's a fun little piece of dialogue. Nice, you can have this trash. Alright, I'm gonna save and quit and continue. This is still just kind of continuing the standard route. We haven't really unlocked any new locations yet, so I'm gonna go back to Fast's house. Or, you know, Twilight Princess Zelda's house. You'll notice that I'm playing as Twilight Princess Zelda. You'll notice that my hearts are a green color. You notice that the color schemes are randomized. These are all just cosmetic features that you can use with the randomizer. They're all just built in after you generate a seed. Twilight Princess Zelda is the cutest and best sprite. I am not taking criticism at this time.
Not disagreeing.
Yeah, they recently updated the palette swap to be very aesthetically pleasing. I'm super happy with it.
Worthy to know, Ben is actually one item away from Aghanim access. We just need the lamp.
I'm also one item away from Dark World access.
Yeah.
So things could be opening up very quickly.
More importantly, you're one item away from Aga access,
which we have to do. I was trying to get away with it. But I'm gonna go check Agana's cave because I always forget. And
keep in mind you have the flute, by the way.
Oh my god, thank you.
You can use it. I mean, yeah. The flute's actually nice because like you can go check Agana's cave, as well as the item on the desert ledge, and also like
actually, yeah, let's just do that.
Yeah, like just be able to leave and like flute back to 8 and like or 7. Actually, 7 probably better. And check Mini Moldorm cave right after that.
Wow.
And there's your lamp. But
wow, this is interesting.
He can't get it yet. He can't get it yet because he doesn't have the book or any access to that ledge yet. So,
yeah, so we would either need Dark World access with the mirror to get that. But but to do that, we would need both gloves, which would mean we also need to get the boots. So this is interesting.
Also, you need to talk to Agana.
That's true. I gotta show off the dialogue for Agana.
Talk to Agana.
So a lot of the dialogue in this game, all of the dialogue has been replaced, and some of it is funny. Once I farted in this cave so bad, all the jazz hands guys ran away and hid in the sand. Thanks, Agana.
Thanks for the lore.
Cool story. Nice lore. We are going to be rescuing ourselves, yeah. And we can talk to ourselves and get healing. It's real self-care. I already skipped the Lost Woods dialogue. I was in go fast mode. That guy with the arrow there snipes me sometimes.
Yeah. Alright, so here we're gonna get 5 items in Mini Moldorm Cave. Very high item density cave. And then after that, Ben has a choice. You can either go check Ice Rod Cave.
Whoops.
From here, or actually, it's probably better off doing that because of the ability to flute to 8 being a thing. And then he has a choice. He can actually check.
Ooh.
Oh, there's the hook shot. Okay, that
hook shot.
makes for an easy choice, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Death Mountain's definitely in the cards.
Death Mountain, very appealing at this point.
For the sake of exhibition, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna check Ice Rod Cave and get it out of the way, and then I'm going to show off fake flippers because
Ooh, okay.
I have. Oh man, yeah. So I'll have 500 rupees. This is perfect. So fake flippers is a way to swim without the flippers. There's a bunch of different setups for it, but there's a very consistent one that I learned from Koi. Shout out to Koi Streams.
You also be able to water walk as well, Zora.
I don't have the boots.
Oh, but you can do it coming out of the waterfall cave.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Yeah, not the double water walk. The double water walk is like requires the boots, but the single one.
We got ourselves a PP ice cave. Very nice. Oh, well.
And there you go. Well, now you can double water walk.
Yeah, cool. So
and you can go get your glove.
Yeah, now that I have
lamp.
the boots, the way I exited that cave by bumping up against that diagonal wall saved what's called a water walk state. If you have a water walk state and you jump downwards off of a ledge like this, you can walk on water. So I'm gonna use this to check some things early. Okay, that's no good. Don't care about that. I'm gonna go up here and check under the bridge. And then I will fake flipper out of here, and then I'll swim, and I'll show you guys. I don't usually do the actual double water walk, because I prefer to do things this way, but wow. So this trick right here, you line up here, and then you come out and you need to move down by 1 pixel.
Be honest, Ben, you planted the seed.
I wish. So because I scooted downwards 1 pixel, basically the way you do fake flippers is by landing in the water on the same frame or the same pixel as a screen transition, and then that gives you a swimming state without the flippers.
Yeah, I believe for a more technical explanation of that, it takes the game, I believe, 4 frames to realize that you don't have the flippers when you land in the water.
What is happening?
And there is a showcase of what happens
also
when
can't,
you get hit during a fake flip.
You cannot take damage while fake flippering.
Yeah.
I cannot believe I didn't hit that hitbox. That was insane.
So,
I was inside of it.
Fun fact, in the vanilla game, that would actually just soft lock you. It wouldn't kill you. But in Rando, it's been made so that it just instantly kills you. Which is arguably better.
I'm gonna take that as a sign and go grab my glove. But I do want to show off. I did want to show off fake flippers and checking waterfall early. So I'll probably go back and do that because it's just a flute away. And again, my main goal with this run is to showcase all the cool things that you can do, and maybe you'll understand that I'm not a highly skilled player, and that maybe encourage people to join this really cool community and play this really fun way to revitalize an old game.
Rando is definitely for all skill level players of Link to the Past, and definitely like for anybody who likes Link to the Past. I feel like you'll like Randomizer. You'll find a setting that works for you and that you like yourself.
Yeah, and I think I've kind of already explained this stuff, but here's a really consistent. No, not today. Thank you. Here's a really consistent setup for getting a fake flipper right here. It's too complicated to explain, but it's another one that I learned from Koi. The great thing about Koi is he has a lot of tutorials that make these glitches, that have very consistent setups for these glitches that make them a lot more accessible than you would think. Pretty much every trick that I know that you'll see me do, I learned from a Koi tutorial. So, shoutouts to Koi.
Is there a combination that forces you to triple dip Turtle Rock? Yes, it's called Key Sanity.
Yeah.
No lie. So here's another setup, by the way, for water walking. So entering that cave with fake flippers and then exiting and re-entering allows you to walk on the water coming out here. This only works if you have the Moon Pearl, though.
Yeah, you have to have the Moon Pearl to do that.
Yep.
Cool, we don't need that. You don't want to take damage while you water walk either.
Yeah. You're getting items so fast, Ben, that I'm having trouble keeping tracking, and I'm not even one playing.
This is why I was using an auto tracker, because I knew I would be nervous and I didn't want to screw it up.
It also just means that there's going to be a savage ice rod hunt at the end of this.
And now I'm swimming in shallow water for some reason. All right.
Yes.
Classic speedrun comedy. God, I am paralyzed with choice. Well, we have the boots, so I'm going to go to the sanctuary and check a couple of boots checks really quick. And then I think maybe just do Death Mountain, I think.
It's both a blessing and a curse getting this many items so early.
Right. We have...
Yeah.
Basically,
you have a lot of choices.
We have full Dark World access. We have a ton of Death Mountain access. I'm going to do Death Mountain because I like to try to upgrade. I try to power up a little bit before I go to the Dark World. That's just kind of how I roll. So, God, I have the mirror already too. I hate this.
You also have full access to Desert as well. So you can go complete your first dungeon if you want to.
Do I?
Yep.
No, because you have to get there from Misery Mire. Right? So,
right, you would need the book. Yeah. Right. Okay.
I would either need the book or...
I've definitely played Randomizer before.
Also, it's called the Power Glove
book, right,
in this game as well. Okay, so this is our first dark room. This is probably the easiest dark room in the game. Basically, if I didn't have a sword, I wouldn't be doing this. But basically, you just have the path memorized here, and then Old Man acquired. And then we're gonna escort him in the dark and hope he doesn't get too handsy.
This old man's been waiting here for 50 years for you to come and save him.
And we're out.
Nice Death Mountain palette.
I do like it.
Yeah.
Wow, a shovel, and I didn't even have to steal it.
Shoutouts to LADX.
Why am I? I was like impulsively going in there to get healed. So I have my hook shot. I'm gonna show you hook dash, which is where you press hook shot when you're on one of these staircases. You press hook shot and dash at the same time, and then exit either directly upwards or downwards. And then you walk into that cave on purpose. That's very funny. So what I'm doing right now is stair pumping, which is you hold forward and mash left and right alternatingly, and that makes you climb faster.
Yeah.
There's so many little optimizations in this game. Hey, we don't need that.
So the hook dash, by the way, the hook dash on the stairs is actually just one of many forms of item dashing in this game, where you do press Y and A on its next controller, for reference, on the same frame,
yeah.
In order to basically dash and use the item at the same time. It's really useful with items like the hook shot, for instance, like what Ben just did with the hammer as well. And
it lets you remix the flute. It lets you remix the flute music.
Yep. That's the most important one.
The shovel is completely useless, and I'll show you that. shovel dashing is totally useless and accomplishes nothing, but it looks really funny, so I'll have to show you guys that one.
There are also honorable mentions like the fire rod dash and the bow dash.
Yeah.
And there's actually one instance in this run where you can lantern dash and it's more optimal. But that's not really something a lot of people do, I think. It's in Ganon's tower.
Okay, I have sword beams. Oh, geez. Wait, does hookshot work here? I don't think it does.
Bombs do, if nothing else. But you only have one bomb. Oh, the cane does, yes, okay. Oh, now
Cane of Samaria is definitely my favorite item in the game, by the way.
Oh, cane dashing is also cool. Flips.
Flippers, cool.
And
We
the
don't
other
need those. I mean, we need them later. All right, I'm gonna try to do a bomb jump here. This is the first bomb jump of the run. Saves a little bit of time. That should be good.
I think it might be 1 pixel. Oh, good. You're good. Sweet.
I never learned a setup for that. I just taught it to myself.
Just feel it.
Well, I just kind of understood how bomb jumps worked, and I just fiddled around with it until I got it pretty consistent. There's always a fairy in there if you ever need a fairy. Ooh, a bottle.
Bottle on the floating island. In order to access the floating island, you do need the Titan's Myths, which we don't have, but we can at least check the item. Like that's a hammer dash right there.
So I'm gonna dip into Tower of Hera, even though we can only partially clear it, just because there's a couple of, I guess they're not sphere zeros, but they essentially are. There's 2 checks in here we can do.
Yeah, so there are 2 items you can get, and the rest is fire locked. So you need either the lantern or the fire rod to get them.
Or Ben Briggs needs to learn a trick called Hera Pot, which he will never do. Okay.
I haven't learned that.
So we got the small key, which means that the big key is in the basement up there, and we can't do that until we have a fire source to light the torches. So that's all we can do in Tower of Hera for now, but it was worth checking. It's always worth checking if you're in the area. So I'm gonna go back down and do Spiral Cave, and then we'll be done with Death Mountain, unless we find a fire source or something. If we find Fire Rod down here, then I might go back up for Hera, because it is all dungeons.
We're leaving behind Spike Cave as well, but I don't think magic is really... I don't think with this amount of magic we can do Spike Cave right now, so we'll come back later for it, I suppose.
Oh, that's right, we do have both canes. I didn't even notice. Well, I did it on purpose because I don't have enough magic. Obviously.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't think it would have worked out anyway.
Yo, $20, my favorite.
$20.
All right, I'm gonna save and quit.
What's the emote? What's the $20 emote that you have?
It's Ben Brie 20. Sorry, I have to keep reconnecting to my auto tracker. All right. Wow, I'm still paralyzed by decisions. Let's just go to the Dark World. Actually, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna grab shovel and then we'll hit the Dark World.
I think I lost my sub too.
Wow, how rude.
Yeah, I'm rude as hell.
So I'm gonna show you guys shovel dashing and then we'll check shovel, and then I think we're gonna hit up the Dark World. And I'll show you guys the more standard route. Because I could go to the Dark World from south of Link's house, but I think I'm gonna do the Kakariko route because we don't have the Titan's Mitt, which makes traversing a little bit wonky if you're coming from the south. So yeah, here's a shovel dash. It accomplishes absolutely nothing. But she sure does look funny when she does it. Her sprite is so cute. Nice, $20.
$20.
All right, I don't need to save and quit. All right. The hardest part about the hardest part about item quick swap is remembering that you have item quick swap turned on.
Agreed. That's why I don't like it.
So we have to go around the long way. So yeah, we're going to the Dark World now, which means we'll be doing the Village of Outcasts first, and then if we find the Fire Rod, we'll go up north and also take care of Skull Woods. So yeah, all that stuff I was saying earlier about the items you get informing the route that you take, we kind of unlocked almost every single movement item in the game. So It's
Yeah,
a little
pretty
bit.
much.
It's a little bit more open-ended
bonk
right
that
now.
tree. Bonk that tree.
This
Actually, no. I think that's only the light world. Sorry.
Yeah, it's in the light world.
Yeah, you can bonk that tree in the light world for a free full magic refill.
Yo, what's up, Sarin? Sorry, chat. I haven't been reading too much. I'm a little nervous. All right.
You're fine. You're doing great. You're doing awesome.
Yo, 1 bomb and 1 heart. Let's go.
Yeah, that chess game in vanilla, you can be there like virtually forever, trying to win the chess game. In rando, it's programmed to. Oh, let me check off your.
So we're doing all dungeons, so this doesn't matter. But I want to show you guys that all of these are shuffled. So we have a regular pendant on Palace of Darkness, and then all regular crystals, except I think Thieves Town might be a red crystal.
Yeah, Thieves Town is red. Yep.
Yeah,
so the 5 and 6 crystals are still what we call pyramid fairy crystals, meaning if you unlock them or if you get them, you have access to the pyramid fairy, which typically gives you silver arrows and gold sword in vanilla.
So we are. That was bombs, right? It was bombs. Ooh. So I also have a tracker open where I can keep track of how many items I've found in each dungeon, so I know if I can leave any chests behind. So there's 4 items in Thieves Town, and we've currently found 1 item, so there's 3 left.
Yep.
If we happen to find all 4 of them early, then that informs our decision to just skip everything else and go straight to the boss. Or, you know, it also informs like gambling decisions. Like if there's only 1 item left, you can make the choice to just risk it and go straight to the boss and hope that the boss has that item. Things like that. This is very much a gambler's game because at any point, any wonky, harebrained, out-of-the-way decision can pay off. Which is one of the reasons I love it so much. You can change the way you play based on your mood, and it's still, I don't know. To me, it's fun every time. I've played many more than 100 runs of this game, and it's still fun every time I pick it up. So grabbing that key there. And yeah, this is Thieves Town. The boss of Thieves Town is, I would say, casually one of the more frustrating bosses. I actually, with TGH's help, I put in a lot of practice, and I should be able to handle him no problem. He's not a scripted boss fight, but he's consistently reactive to your movements so that you can sort of dance with the boss in a way and make him predictable. But as long as your movements are always the same, his movements will always be the same. Which I think is really, really cool. And here's the grasshoppers that they should bring back in Breath of the Wild 2.
Or don't.
I just can't imagine what they would look like.
Probably terrifying, just like they are in this game. They do 2 full hearts of damage with no melee upgrades.
Yeah, just like the crabs, they have no business being that strong. Yeah, I don't know Hera Pot. I mean, I'm interested in learning it, I'm just too lazy. There's a difference.
I mean, there are more important things to know.
Hera Pot is more helpful if you're doing like a key sanity or something. I would say. Same with like hammer jump. That's more important if you're doing key sanity. Or more helpful rather.
How many items do you have in Thieves Town?
I have found 2.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't mark the second one. It was bombs and then a piece of heart.
So, interesting development. In a more recent version of Rando, it was made so that this big chest to the west of where Ben is right now can actually have the small key that's required to access that chest. So it could actually be locked out, which means you just don't have to get it.
But since we have the hammer, we're just gonna...
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
That is the case here, by the way. So we literally cannot enter that room, but that's okay, because we know it has a small key.
Yeah.
And blind cannot have the small key that's required. Because, actually, not even logic reasons, because of programming reasons, which I've heard.
Okay, we're gonna go fight blind. And he's gonna tell us a really bad pun. Winter is a great time to chill. God, they're not even good. That's what makes me mad.
Like,
They're not even good puns.
But like, somehow they're still funny though, which is...
I don't know. Speak for yourself.
Sometimes.
So I do have blue cane in a pinch here, but I don't want to use it.
Nice fight.
It's a little sloppy. I'm normally better at dodging the, Hey, nice.
Hey, shrooms.
Mushroom. Cool. So that's
So the
relatively
mushroom-
painless.
The mushroom is what is known as a trade item. There are a couple trade items in the run. Well, I guess the powder is also considered a trade item.
They're one-offs. They're sort of
Yeah,
they're
so
fetch quests.
You trade it to the witch, and the witch will give you an item in return.
Yeah,
Fetch
exactly.
quest, that's what it is. Not a trade item. Fetch quest. Sorry.
Hey, we got the magic boomerang.
Red meringue.
The lagger rain.
Oh, hey, can I interrupt for a sec?
Absolutely.
We just got a $101 donation from Adamantoy17
Yo.
saying for the kids. This
Yo.
time with the intended
Yo.
donation amount.
Adam, thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that. Long-standing member of the brigade. Thank you so much, dude. I mean, we're pretty close to that $5,000 goal. Like, I'm pretty sure we can hit it if we all put our heads together.
Oh, definitely. And we still
all
have plenty of incentives to meet.
I forgot I don't have the Titan's Mitt, so I'm gonna go... Basically... Can't go over there. Oh yeah, this is perfect. So I'm just gonna check the shovel game and then continue around to the southeast of the Dark World.
So in response to what Cookie Monster said, that only happens if you hit him frame perfectly, which is not easy to do every time.
Yeah, so about, I would say 2/3 of the way into the fight, I missed one of those like I wasn't holding my sword at the right time. So then I just had to improvise.
Yeah, it's hard to do consistently.
But I think I got the first 5 hits perfectly, and then the 6th one I missed, so I just had to, just fight him normally after that. Which is usually how my blind fights go.
Yeah.
I think I've only done it once, and I didn't even do it once. I sent the video to TGH, and it's still, I think I only got 8 out of the 9 hits frame perfect, and then the last one I had to improv.
Yeah, the last one is by far the hardest. Like, the last cycle is definitely the hardest to do properly.
But the point being, it's not about...
Nice rupees, by the way.
Yeah. So it's not about... The blind fight isn't about him always moving the same way. It's not even about you always moving the same way. It's just making sure you hit him on the first possible frame. Oh yeah, 690.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Don't
Nice.
ruin the 690. Don't ruin the 690. Get that.
Okay, let's see here.
Alright, so we've
Gonna
got
go do-
Stumpy.
Gonna go check.
You got Stumpy, right?
I got Stumpy. We can actually full clear Swamp. And we
Yeah.
have the Cane of Samaria, which will make it very fun. I'll show off both ways to do a trick called Diver Down. Was really hoping I would be able to do Diver Down and Icebreaker, and it looks like we definitely can. So, there are Cane of Samaria. Wait, I have the mirror. What am I doing? I'm already in the Dark World. Sorry, my muscle memory gets confused sometimes, especially when I'm trying to explain stuff. But yeah, there's a bunch of Cane of Samaria tricks in the game, and they were discovered last year, like very, very recently. And it kind of caused a hubbub in the community about whether or not they should be allowed in the any % no major glitches category. And I won't speak any more on that, but it caused quite a hubbub.
The answer ultimately was no, they are not allowed.
Yeah, they are not allowed.
That is all I will say on the topic as well.
Which, as someone who doesn't run no major glitches, I was disappointed to not see them added, but also I don't really have I don't even run that category, so like, what am I talking about? So the only difference between what I'm doing right now, here, I'll show you. Actually, I think I am on normal. I think I am default. If you do default settings, these hint tablets will actually tell you where something is. I'm not gonna read it because I like the challenge of figuring things out on my own.
Because you don't need help.
I don't need any help. I do genuinely think it's more fun to play without hints, but you can turn those on, and it'll, especially in a more complicated mode, it'll help you out a lot.
They can be fun to play with, like from a strategy standpoint too.
Oh, they can definitely make things go faster for sure.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it'll tell you something very specific. You know, like hammer is in Thieves Town or whatever.
Yeah, it can affect your routing.
Absolutely.
For sure, like it can be
information. It is always valuable to get more information than less.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
So I'm gonna do the routing of this dungeon a little bit inefficiently because I want to show off. I want to show off the diver down trick 2 times, so I'm gonna do the left side first. But there's only the left side of this dungeon only has 2 item checks, and they're pretty slow. So generally, you want to skip the left side and then only go back for it if you're still missing items.
So
and
correct me if I'm wrong. As someone who doesn't know how to do diver down, this is a trick where you use the Cane of Samaria to force you into like the railing near the water, and that somehow makes you able to walk on top of the water, but also on the same layer as the floor. Correct.
So you don't need to drain the water, but you're still able to walk on the floor and interact with things underwater.
Yes.
And you can use the Cane of Samaria to clip into the railing, or you can use a bomb to clip into the railing. So I'll show both of those.
And doing that allows you to get the key despite having flooded it.
Right, and that
which is faster.
Massively. It's the reason I'm doing the left side first is because it's so cool in just terms of like breaking the intended way of doing this part of the dungeon. It's so cool. So normally in this room we're about to do, the skull, that skull under there has a key under it, and normally if you do this, you're no longer able to get that key, and you actually have to leave the dungeon, go to a screen transition, and then re-enter the dungeon to reset it. But because of the trick we're about to do, oh, here's another part of it. I'm gonna set a bomb here, and then so that hit the switch, but I went through the door before it was able to. I really need to not die here. Sorry, I'm getting these guys out of the way so they don't. Thank God. Excuse me, sir. So okay, I'm about to do the Samaria version of Diver Down, which allows me to do this. And so now I can get the key, and because I left before that explosion finished, now it's hit that switch for me, so I don't have to do any of the looping back around that you would normally have to do. I can just walk up the stairs and continue on my way.
That's really cool.
Honestly, my favorite trick in the game. Doing specifically on this side of the dungeon. Oh, come on. Left side Diver Down is just so satisfying because it breaks the intended mechanics so much. Okay, I have 2 hearts, so I need to pay attention. I really like the color scheme it gave me for this dungeon, though.
Yeah, I've liked pretty much every color scheme it's given, you know?
Oh, please.
This room is a super troll. Good idea.
Yeah. I was looking for a healing item, but of course I have none, so. Nice.
That's useful.
Yeah, so that'll send us back to...
There's your fire source.
Yeah, man, this game...
That's Hera in logic.
This game really wants me to full clear it, huh? Why am I... See, this is what I'm talking about, grabbing things that you don't need just because it's a video game. Like, it's so hard to break those habits sometimes. I wonder what my stun item is. I should check. Because if it's hearts or a fairy or something.
Come on, Star Wars. There you go.
Great. So whatever your stun item is, the item that gets dropped when you stun an enemy, that's also randomized and consistent throughout the whole game. So that's cool. Ours is 5 arrows, not so cool.
Same thing with tree poles, by the way. It's a good thing your tree pole is hearts right now.
Yeah, right? I did get the big key. That's nice. That never happens. Also, left side was definitely required, so if I was in a race and I skipped the left side because I wanted to catch up, I would have been screwed, because the fire rod is extremely required. Especially in all dungeons. Alright, so I'm gonna... Well, I can't show you the other way. Man, that sucks. I was gonna show you guys the second way to do Diver Down using bombs, but I only have 1 heart, so I can't do that. But needless to say, there is a way to do this same trick, but using a bomb to clip you into the the railing. But a lot of the inputs are the same.
Oh, if only that were Sandcourt.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, oh, I didn't know that would happen. There we go. All right, I'm gonna show it, guys. I'm gonna show you guys it because it's pretty cool that you can do the exact same trick with totally different items. So you have to line up her head at this like exact pixel where it's touching. Come on, Zelda. There we go. There we go. So even if you don't have the Cane of Samaria, there's a way to do Diver Down and save yourself a lot of time. And so both of the times that you do that are actually they just save a ton of time on having to drain water, walk back around, do these loops that you would normally have to do. And then there's a Cane of Samaria trick in Ice Palace called Icebreaker because it completely destroys that dungeon. And it is also one of my favorite tricks. I'm so grateful that I started running Link to the Past Rando after the Samaria tricks were discovered, because I fell in love with them, and it really made me want to play the game even more. I keep forgetting I have the boots.
Alright, so here's Argus. Argus, you gotta pull all his puffs off and kill them individually in order to kill this boss. Which you do with the hook shot, which you ordinarily get vanilla in this dungeon.
I really don't want to die. Which
yeah, playing it safe is a good idea here.
Also, if I had the fighter sword, I would be switching back and forth between the hook shot and the hammer, and it's really funny to have to pause that much. Oh, hey.
Wow.
I actually hook shot it at the perfect moment.
Yeah, so the hook shot, good time to mention, the hook shot gives you iframes, it gives you invincibility.
You are invincible whenever the hook shot is extended, and that is intended. That is in the player's guide for this game that I actually have owned. Now we're good. Whoops. Got him.
Give me a freaking heart attack.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't even worried. I was never in any danger.
That had me on the edge of my seat.
Oh my god! It's like you came like you were like inside Argus at one point. You're just like, yeah, never, whatever.
I didn't.
It's fine. It's all fine.
For whatever reason, I was confident.
It's all planned.
Perhaps this is why they call it dumb luck.
Ben is here for the content. Devoted to the content.
All right, I guess we're gonna just hop on over to Hype Cave.
Yep. Speaking of content, by the way, can I just say how much I appreciate like you like taking the time out of your run to like show off certain stuff, even if it's slower. Like, I
mean, I went into this really wanting it to be an exhibition.
Thank you for doing that in a speedrun marathon.
Well,
can I say something real quick?
Yo.
Nice Titans.
One, that had me at the edge of my seat. I was also terrified. But two, we got a 25 donation from Red 500 saying, just want to tell Ben to remember to check the waterfall and pyramid free refills. We might get bees?
Bees? Bees? It's shout outs to Arrested Development. That's my brother, Red. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. So because we just got the Titan's Mitt, that opens up the rest of the game. So we're gonna
pretty much.
We're gonna bounce on over to Ice Palace because it's on the way. We're in the neighborhood, as they say.
You can show off Icebreaker as well, which you've mentioned.
I love Icebreaker so much.
Yeah, so Icebreaker is a trick. So if you've played this game and you're familiar with the speedrun at all, the vanilla speedrun, you know about Ice Palace Bomb Jump, or IPBJ, which allows you to bypass about half the dungeon by abusing something known as a bomb jump, which Ben did earlier in this run. I don't need to describe that. But basically, you use a bomb jump to bypass some pegs that you weren't supposed to. And,
it saves you an entire lap through the dungeon.
It does.
Which is the whole
Icebreaker glitch saves more.
Yeah, so they both save you from having, because the vanilla way to go through Icebreaker or Ice Palace is the whole point of the dungeon is to test your sort of spatial awareness and like make you loop back through the dungeon multiple times. It's like the whole challenge of Ice Palace in the vanilla game is to sort of to make you memorize the layout. That was funny. To memorize the layout of the dungeon and which doors lead to where, and realizing that you have to go in a loop to get back to a certain point and hit a switch after you've hit a switch. Icebreaker and Bomb Jump both negate that, but Icebreaker is way more efficient. It's also more fun, in my opinion.
Speaking of fun, we just got a $62.88 donation from Michelle saying nice because it hit our total to $4,269.
Yo,
Nice.
that is doubly nice. Thank you, Michelle. Also, hi, Michelle. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for having me too. Like, this has been a lot of fun.
Shoutouts to Little Zump for giving me the heads up and reminding me that I should submit for this, because this has been so much fun. All right, so this is Icebreaker. I'm gonna set myself up on a very specific pixel, and then I'm gonna press down and right. Okay, that didn't work. Try it again. And then I'm gonna pause buffer to move exactly 1 pixel to the left. Okay, there we go. And then I just hold up, and we're through.
And we're through.
And that basically just lets us do the entire dungeon in reverse. And it's very, very fun, and it's cool, and it's good, and I am great. Sorry, I'm trying to... There we go.
Yeah, so the reason they call this Icebreaker is because it literally breaks Ice Palace.
Exactly. It's a very good name.
I actually don't know the specific reason. I'm just speculating, but
It is. It's because it breaks Ice Palace, yeah.
Yeah, like that's why I call it Icebreaker. I don't know why other people call it Icebreaker, but that's why I call it Icebreaker. Yeah, good stuff. So now we can basically just do Ice Palace backwards, and it's super quick. And we've basically already gotten all the items. There's just one more, or there are 2 more. Actually, no, there are 3 more item locations.
Yeah, I haven't gotten anything yet.
Yeah.
I don't think I've gotten any actual items
Also,
yet.
This staircase is the final boss. There we go.
Yeah, that staircase is the final boss. You're not wrong. I'm gonna use... I was considering using Bombos, but I can't remember which one uses... I think they use the same amount of magic. Speaking of magic... Alright, I'm gonna show off a little... pushing blocks in this game. Sliding blocks are very glitchy, so you can use items through them as long as you use them during the frames that it's moving, so I can go like this.
Yep.
You can also fire rod through them, among other things. Okay, was that 2 items? Yeah, that was magic powder and some arrows.
Yeah, so like Rando itself provides a lot of routing choices as we've mentioned. So Ben, having received 2 items, could have, I repeat, could have, probably not a good decision to, but could have chosen to go fight Cold.
Just go straight to the boss, yeah.
Right away there, and just risk the chest that's known as Iced Tea not having an item.
But
however,
this is a very slow dungeon to have to backtrack through, so...
Yes, so it's very risky. Like, if this were a race situation, it would be a very risky play.
And it could pay off, you know?
Yeah.
And then if you didn't find the item, you would have the choice of abandoning an item here, and then last locationing it, possibly. Which is just like, last locationing is exactly what it sounds like. Is, you know, it's the last place you looked. Okay, cool. Yeah. So it turned out to be an item. Not a progression item, but, you know, we like hearts. We like being healthy.
But now we know that Cold Stare is going to drop either... I actually haven't been paying attention to the items you've gotten.
It'll be a dungeon item of some kind, yeah.
Yeah, it could be map or compass.
Oh my goodness, I hate ice. The ice physics in this are so brutal.
Ice physics are, yeah, weird.
This game, I like to say that this is a perfect video game, except for the ice and water physics.
Yeah, buffering a diagonal, though, out of like a sword swipe on the ice can actually be like super useful. But when you're trying to pick something up on the ice, it's, yeah, not very useful.
I guess I don't need full magic for Cold Stare because I have Bombos, but I'm gonna go ahead and grab these refills.
Probably a good idea considering you don't have Tempered Sword yet.
Yeah, and having the Fire Rod against him will help.
Yep.
My main goal on Cold Stare, it's gonna sound a little strange, but I want to kill him and I want to not die. That's the main strat.
I mean, that's basically Cold Stare in a nutshell. Cold Stare So you have the blue mail right now, which is good. The cold stare.
He takes some serious damage.
Even with the blue mail that you get in this dungeon of vanilla, by the way. Even with the blue mail, he does 2 RT damage to you.
Yeah, he's no joke.
Using Bombos here immediately melts the ice around cold stare, and we can now wail on him with the fire rod after doing a well-timed spin slash to like keep them all together up in the corner. They're going to separate eventually, but yeah. So killing just those 2 already like puts Ben in a really good position here to just like wail on his last one.
Oh no, sir. There we go.
Excuse me, sir.
Nice. How about a quick victory donation?
Yeah, go for it.
We got a $40 donation from DTX Hero saying, I cannot offer much at present because I am disgraceful at saving up money, but I should be able to submit an equivalent to a somewhat cheaper full game without breaking the bank. I'm happy to give to a really swell cause like Child's Play.
Child's Play. Shoutouts to Child's Play. Such a dope charity. Yo, thank you, DTX.
So
another loyal member of the brigade. I really appreciate you guys coming through for my run. It means a lot. Those poor saps have watched me play through this game far too many times. I'm gonna do a quick remix because I am a video game remixer. So that'll be coming out on Spotify any day now. Where do I want to go is the real question. Because I don't have the bow. I don't have the lantern.
Throw speed you had there.
Yeah. Yes, it was stutter edit. Well, okay. Let's go to Death Mountain, and since now we have the Titan's Mitt, so we can full clear most of the overworld on Death Mountain here, and we can go ahead and finish. Tower of Hera because we have a fire source now.
Not including Tower of Hera, there are 7 checks up here. So 4 of them being actually. Well, if you wanted to get the bottle, which you probably should, because I don't think you've had a bottle yet.
Oh, that's a good point. Yep.
Yeah, like you have 8 checks to have up here, including Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny Cave.
So I showed you guys how to do. Hook dash. You can also do spin speed, which is the same effect. Basically, you hold a spin attack, and then exactly 1 frame after you release it, you hit. Can we not with the rocks though?
Stupid meatballs.
Oh my god. It's a perfect game.
Cabbages?
This is insane. Okay, there we go.
You got it.
So you hit the dash button exactly 1 frame after releasing your spin attack.
The Waffle House drive-through as well.
Insane.
Wow.
Yeah, that was lucky. It was extremely unlucky, and then it was extremely lucky. We're gonna go to the Dark World here.
Yeah, so like what he did right there is actually like super risky. Actually, the Waffle House drive-through. That's what they call that in NMG, or the vanilla speedrun, I should say. Going around the cliff instead of just jumping off of it saves like maybe at maximum a second. Overdoing it, just jumping off the cliff, but the dead rocks can very easily get in your way. By the way, dead rocks are the worst enemy in any Zelda game, period, in history.
So I messed up that trick, but I was trying to use the hook shot to clip inside of that second block and then skip past it. You can also just delete blocks with the mirror, which I'll show you in just a second.
Yeah.
And these are all like very straightforward tricks. Like most of the tricks that I've shown you are stuff that I would say you can learn in less than, 30 minutes to an hour. Like this is literally, you literally just mash the Y button when you're in a cave while you're pushing a block and you have the mirror out, and it just deletes the blocks. It just says bye-bye. So
that's what makes this game cool. And by this game, I mean Link to the Past in general, is that like these are, like most of these are definitely tricks that anyone can learn with enough like time put into it.
I'm gonna check what we need to get into. Okay, Turtle Rock is Bombos, which means we could go open that if we wanted, and we could pop in there. We could dip for some partial clear, but I'm gonna wait on that. So this is Hookshot Cave, everybody's favorite.
I wonder why it's called Hookshot Cave.
Can't imagine.
I can't put my finger on it.
Whoops. $20.
I think it's because you get the hook shot here in vanilla.
$20. All right, so we're gonna go up here to grab that bottle full of bees that we saw earlier. Chrono Trigger soundtrack really enhances the experience.
I'm enjoying it. This is making me want to start using MSUs when I do randos.
Oh, you have to.
You know, when I eventually like do randos again.
Look, there's nothing against Koji Kondo, but hearing the same video game soundtrack 200 times, you know, eventually you're gonna want some variety.
Some people might hate me for saying this, but I really like. There are some bangers in the soundtrack, like Darkwood theme, Ganon theme, like yes. But I don't think this game as a whole is Koji Kondo's best work.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
I mean, like, there are some people that will probably like.
I mean,
like,
saying it's not his best work.
If I said that,
is
if I said that to
acceptable.
enough people, I would probably receive some hate mail for that one.
If saying it's not his best work is much better than saying that it's like bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just not his best. Like, I mean. I don't think you can compare
it
this
set
to
the
like
stage.
Ocarina of Time soundtrack.
Yeah, it set the stage for Ocarina, and like,
yeah,
I don't know. Koji Kondo is just like such an insanely. I mean, like Yoshi's Island. Like, come on.
He's a music god.
Yeah.
But like this game was a stepping stone in terms of like OST.
So we're gonna do a coffee break. What's called coffee break here, and this is you just hit the switch while you're standing on these pillars. And then you just get iframes the entire time.
Yep.
And so you just take a swig of your coffee and ask the chat how they're doing. How's it going, chat?
I also agree with DTX when he says the hookshot is named after Hookshot Cave. I like that. I like that idea.
Yoshi's Island is just one of the best games. You know what? I cited Yoshi's Island's soundtrack, but I actually don't like the final boss music, like the heavy metal guitar solo. That one doesn't do it for me. Not that it's poorly composed, but it just like it grates on my nerves. I don't think it translates to SNES sounds very well. Hot takes about video game soundtracks and the magFAST.
So what is your opinion on Pokemon's business?
I mean, if you played it for me, I would know it, but I don't know it by name.
It's the not the final boss theme, but like the final battle against Pokey in Earthbound.
Yeah, see, I haven't even beaten
like
that game.
It's like it's like the heavy metal, like.
I mean, it's Earthbound, so it's probably insanely good. That's what I'll say.
It's super good.
Yeah, I've never beat Earthbound.
It's so good.
All right, I see. You got me. You've exposed me.
If you don't like Pokemon's business, then you can't be friends.
I mean, I'm the last run of the night, so. All right, beating Earthbound in one sitting. magFAST Encore. I'm sure it'll be quick, right? It's not like a super grindy JRPG or anything, is it?
Yeah, we have like 5 extra minutes. We can beat Earthbound, right?
All right, this is Tower of Hera bomb jump. If you don't have the boots, this setup is way more dangerous and you're way more likely to fall into the pit. But I have the boots, so I can. It's a little bit more lenient, so that's good. This is good positioning, and then I just wait a second. And oh my god, I was too far forward. Actually, you know what? I may not have lined up with the side of it.
I think you were a bit early, actually.
Whack.
Like, just slightly early.
Well, that's a bummer. I don't know. I guess I'll let chat decide if I do it again or not.
Yeah, the only reason he missed that, by the way, was because he's a badass.
I'm just so good.
And just decided to try to do the bomb jump, even though he has hookshot.
Well, yeah. But if you have... Well, can you get back with the hookshot, though?
You can bonk on the chest.
Oh.
Get back. Yeah.
Well, then that's what we'll do.
But
anyway,
no, I actually prefer this way because you can show it off. You know, like hookshotting across is boring. Like, screw that.
But this is one of the more difficult bomb jumps in the game, I would say, because if you fall down, it's so God, it's so punishing if you fall because you fall down 2 floors. Oh no! Don't touch me.
Yeah, you gotta face sideways first. There you go. So that's how it's done. You've done enough bomb jumps.
Yeah. Excuse me.
To be able to show them off.
I just like doing that one. Lately, I've been able to get it without the boots, and it's like so satisfying. But I know if I tried it in Marathon, I would screw it up.
Exhibition.
All right, now it's time for Troll Dorm. So his movement's completely RNG, but his head always follows, or his tail always follows his head. And if you're holding out your sword, and your sword is what touches him when he bumps you, you'll be able to prevent yourself from falling.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as you hold in the direction. Ooh, that was close. As long as you
that was
hold
really
the
close.
direction away from the hole, and assuming you don't get actually like damaged by mold.
This sucks. This sucks, and I hate you. Wow, that wasn't supposed to work.
How did that work? Okay.
Miraculous boss fights, the run. Hey, our first pendant.
We got 2 more donations.
Let's
Now's
go.
a good time to read them. So we got a $60 donation from our very own Zump.
Hey, thanks, Zump.
They've been doing tech for this event. It's been greatly appreciated.
They've been absolutely killing it.
What an amazing turnout for day 2. Let's keep those donations going to reach the goal and get some extra bosses for Hollow Knight tomorrow. And then we got a $42 donation from Chill-chan saying,
Oh wait,
I'm
Spike
a
Cave.
teapot.
Sorry, say it again.
We got a $42 donation from Chill-chan saying, I'm a teapot. I do want to say, though, before the Chill-chan donation, the $60 donation from Zump gave us $4,369.
Let's go.
So $420, $42, $420. Nice things. Nice, triple nice.
Triple nice. Alright, so you're just going back to get Spike Cave now?
I'm just going back to get Spike Cave.
I love that when, like, you know, as the flute is carrying you away, you're like, oh no, I forgot this.
Oh man, that's the best when you call the flute and you're like, oh wait, I don't want it. And the duck's like, you're coming with me, dude. You called. I am not, you're not wasting my time. Yeah, I'm being kidnapped by a duck.
But yeah, this game has a way of doing that. So yeah, Spike Cave does require, or it doesn't require technically, but it does strongly suggest that, yo, nice reward.
And it won't be in logic if you don't have a defensive item like the cape or the cane of Brian. It
also fun fact, you can't mirror out of Spike Cave.
Yeah.
As was showcased there.
As I don't know why I did that.
That's okay. You're good. You're good.
All right, where do I want to go next is the real question. So let's see. Start at Sanctuary. We already did Bonk Rocks. Oh, we can do the Back of Escape. Let's do that. Are there any dungeons we can clear now? So we should be on our way to Desert to go get the lantern.
Yeah, you can get the lantern. You can finish Mire, assuming it doesn't take Quake to enter. And
I was gonna show off the Houlihan room, but I already have enough dungeon. I already have enough money.
Oh, speaking of money.
Oh. We
just got a $33.44 donation from Ren Hero that just says nice. Because it gave us $4,444.44.
Nice.
Let's go. That 5,000 is I can smell it.
Quattro's wild.
All right, let's be on our way to Desert Palace because we are doing all dungeons, and we need to get that lamp that we saw earlier. Also, under this rock, there's a 50-50 chance for a bomb, if you ever need a bomb. There's a lot of 50-50s in this game that have bombs. They're very useful, especially early on when you need bombs, because sometimes the game doesn't like you, and it's very rude. Thanks for nothing, bird. Wow, he just left. He just hit me in the face and screwed off. Said bye.
My job here is done. My people need me.
Oh, we just got a bottle. I should have checked Sick Kid. That's all right. We'll do that later. We can route that in with the rest of Smith Chain.
Yeah, you have dungeons to finish. You go finish them.
And that's so ABCD is the rules to live by. Always be clearing dungeons. Also, I don't have the book. I knew for a fact that I was gonna be distracted by showcasing the game, and I was gonna just absent-mindedly do stuff like this. You guys are so smart to put me last. I know you didn't do it on purpose, but goodness, it was the right call.
Okay, I have something funny to share about that. I was going to say, like, I was gonna say, like, you have the flute, but I wasn't gonna say
it's funnier. Because, like, it's funnier if you let me.
I also didn't realize that you didn't have the book.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I definitely would have said, please use the flute. I'm just as bad at this stuff. I'm gonna be honest. As somebody who has done Randomizer as well in a marathon setting, I've actually done something called crowd control in a marathon setting. It is extremely hard to run in a marathon setting and also like concentrate on everything else you need to do along with that. So like huge props to Ben for doing that. Like this stuff is extremely hard.
$20
to do like all together with commentary and everything.
Yeah, I'm actually very not used to explaining everything that I'm doing. That's, I would say, the biggest distracting factor for me right now, but
that's what makes it hard.
So, what I was gonna say is the rule I live by is A, B, C, D, always be clearing dungeons. If you can't think of where to go, just check and see if there's a dungeon you can be clearing, because it needs to happen anyway, so you might as well do it now. And it's also a good way to just inform your routing. Unless it's a dungeon that doesn't need to be cleared, you know, so we're doing open mode, but you guys are forcing me to do all dungeons, so it's not as important. But in a normal run, you would ideally be skipping the pendant dungeons. Hey, we got a bow. Wow. Well, now the game's... So if you scoot up against that, torch before you hit the wall, it counts as bumping into the torch. And it's a little bit faster to grab it that way, because you're already in position. That's Skull Woods. Messing up my map tracker, everybody. So there's a part of my tracker that you can't see where I have a map, and I can double click on any dungeons, and then I can go through and tell the tracker how many items I've found, and it tells me how many I have left. And it's just good for, and that's the other cool thing about Rando is like there's, you know, I use Emo Tracker by Emo Saru, who's a very amazing person, and
Mel is great.
Yeah, it's just the tools that are in place for jumping into this game, and there's like, you know, if you want to get into Randomizer, I mean, first of all, I would recommend playing through vanilla Link to the Past and basically do a 100% all chests run, and sort of treat it like a Metroidvania, so that every time you get a new key item, before you go to the next dungeon, really dig into the overworld and unlock every possible chest and area that you can find with that, because you'll get a good understanding of like what each item unlocks in terms of overworld progression. And I would recommend doing that a couple of times. So I did 200% all chest clears of the vanilla game before I did my first beginner mode seed. And I highly recommend that you at least 100% the game and find all the chests before you start Rando, but you don't have to. I just recommend it. And yeah, there's a beginner mode. If you go to the alttpr.com, there are beginner settings. I'm playing on default settings, but there are beginner settings that are a very gentle but still fun and exciting way to jump into it. And the Link to the Past Randomizer Discord server is also just fantastic. And there's also, you know, if you start to get that competitive itch, you can join the multiple times daily ladder races that are very, very fun. There's just, the community is honestly thriving right now, and it's full of just some of the coolest, most sort of, I don't know, it's just welcoming. It's just a very welcoming community. You know, I wouldn't say that I'm like deeply involved. I'm kind of an outsider to speedrunning since I'm mostly known for music. But when it comes to Randomizer, I have never for a single moment felt excluded or lost or like without help. There's always been somebody to make me feel welcome and to sort of help me out with stuff. It's just an awesome community. These guys take 2 shots from the fire rod each, or the ice rod. This is actually my least favorite boss in the game. I hate Landmalos.
Yeah, Landmol is kind of, yeah, he's even worse in vanilla and
oh yeah,
because you fight him with the bow.
He's designed to be a stumbling block. Like, he has a ton of HP.
Yeah. Also, speaking of the ice rod, by the way, I believe technically, the ice rod is actually your go mode item right now.
Yeah, you're right.
You just need the ice rod in order to be able to skip. Oh, do you need Meyer?
Yeah, I was gonna go.
I think you'd want to. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because we got the lamp. Well, we already got grabbed, so here we go. I was gonna go do Sick Kid before I forgot, but Meyer's the obvious choice. Although I don't like Master Sword Vitreous at all, but I have bow, so it should be okay.
Chances are Sick Kid does not have your ice rod. I would I don't know, my my rando instincts, which are, by the way, 99% incorrect, or incorrect 99% of the time, tells me that Sick Kid does not have Ice Rod.
If Ice Rod's in Mire, then you're redeemed.
We do have both. Turtle Rock requires Bombos, which we have. So that's no big deal, but we do need Ice Rod to be able to finish T-Rock.
I will say the one thing I'm disappointed about with this seed is it doesn't really showcase Randomizer's ability to be a puzzle. Like, this has not been a challenging seed in terms of routing whatsoever. It just gave me all the items right away. It's not linear.
Yeah, it's been very open-ended, but you're right, not
it's
really.
Just straight up
really
Ice Rod hunt. Straight up, like immediate Ice Rod hunt. Who
called the Ice Rod hunt? Someone called the Ice Rod hunt before this seed. Like before, like when we were in like Kakariko getting all the items.
Oh yeah, it was like.
That just means it's gonna be a
it's like 10 minutes in, they're like, this is an Ice Rod hunt.
Like, how did you know? How did you know?
Because it's always an Ice Rod hunt. Open mode's always an Ice Rod hunt.
That's how you knew. It's Randomizer. Of course it's an Ice Rod hunt.
I really
it's always
love this.
An Ice Rod hunt.
This color scheme is really, really pretty.
It is.
So the downside is you don't get to see sort of the more puzzle solving aspects that can be present in Randomizer, but you do get to see, hopefully, a large percentage of the game in go mode, which means we have all the items we need and we're just clearing it as fast as possible. And go mode is fun, and it's, you know, it's a relief when you're in go mode because you're like, I don't have to think anymore.
Go mode is fun, especially in the races, because like you're always, you know, in a race setting, you're always kind of anxious. You're like, oh, I wonder if one of the chests I skipped might have had the Ice Rod, and you're spending like the whole time anxious, and then you get the go mode and you're just like, yes, it's just such a like release of tension and anxiousness.
So I guess I could explain my routing through the dungeon, but it's like kind of hard for me to explain. It's just like I just know the way to go through the most efficiently for me.
Ben is doing pretty standard routing for Mire. Like this is a good chest to check before like doing both of the West End checks, and there's the big key right there. So
I'm gonna go grab these.
So he has the option to check the vanilla big key chest, which takes a long time to get.
Cutscene chest.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check these first.
There is like a 20-second cutscene of a wall just moving.
And you don't even get to see it move.
Yeah, it's just the game shakes for 20 seconds and has the cutscene.
All right, we'll go ahead and do cutscene.
I also don't think we even have any items yet in Mire.
I don't think we found anything. Or we did find one question mark?
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, we did. We found one item.
Okay. So that one item could be either here, it could be in the big chest.
But hey, I get to show off Fire Rod strats here.
Yeah. So it could be either the big chest junior to the west of it.
So again, all you have to do there is make sure you use the item during the frames where the block is still moving, and you'll just go right through it. And who knows what's happening here? The game didn't feel it necessary to tell us what was happening. But I suppose in your first playthrough you would go through this door and see a wall.
Yeah.
I don't know. It smells like Thanksgiving dinner in my house suddenly. Not that that's important,
there was
but
your second item.
Literally smells like my roommates are roasting an entire turkey right now. All right, so we found both items, which means we can skip the big chest. I'm gonna actually.
That means we can just go. We can go fight one of the more fearsome bosses in the game, Vitreous. Fearsome mainly because of the damage that he does, but we have red nail, so he should only do 1 heart of damage each hit if we do get hit.
Going to grab safety fairies.
That is totally fair. Yeah, so you can actually just capture fairies in a bottle, and when you die, or if you die, the fairies will automatically revive you, which is nice.
I would be surprised if anyone in chat was not aware of that by now. But just in case.
I mean, just in case, you know.
You never know.
I'm here to explain the technical side.
The really frame perfect stuff.
Fairy capturing.
Wow, I did not deserve to dodge all those fireballs, but I sure got it. It's one of those how am I alive moments. Whoops. Cool. So if I was actually fast there, I wouldn't have taken any damage, but Unfortunately, this is mag slow, so. I mean, I'm pretty happy with my execution. Again, I'm looking at my map tracker and seeing how many locations the ice rod could be in, and I'm sort of having a panic attack.
I think you just went right through those.
Yeah, those bugs didn't hurt me at all. It was really weird.
Right through them. How does he do it?
Speedrunners hate him. Shoutouts to Simple Flips, for no reason in particular. Just because I'm on a speedrunning marathon, so I have to shout out Simple Flips. I don't have a choice. Well, I guess the reason you shout out Simple Flips is because he's awesome, but it's also a meme. Okay, yeah. So they take 3 arrows each. I think, yeah. Or 1 silver arrow. I hate this boss so much. This is probably my least practiced boss.
Really
my favorite way to beat him is with the cape and the tempered sword, or the cape and the gold sword. Because you can just dash back and forth inside of all the eyeballs. I need to play this safe. Cool, cool, cool. 7 arrows left.
And then when all these eyeballs are gone, that is not the end of the fight either. Then starts the fun stuff.
Oh my goodness.
When the eye actually starts turning.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to kill them with my sword. I hate everything.
He takes like 50 hits to kill with the master sword.
Dude, are you kidding me? I'm not mad. I'm just frustrated.
You've never been mad.
Okay, I'm very super unhappy because I don't think Fire Rod does anything. Fine, dude.
No,
fine.
Bombs work.
Oh, true. Bombs is a good call. Oh my god, dude. Okay, I have a fairy. Everything's fine. I have a fairy.
Don't mind me.
I hate this game. Remember all that stuff I said about, oh, this game's fun and you should join the community? I lied. This game is terrible and no one should play it.
It's okay.
Dude, just die. This is...
Master Sword Vitreous is extremely painful, just in general. And here we go.
I mean, at least I can just mash, like, as long as you're just mashing, it's fine, but yeah.
Here we go.
Joker voice. So how's everybody doing?
This guy just cannot get enough.
I mean, I could be charging spin attacks, but it's just dangerous, and if I die, it's like, this is one of the worst bosses to die on. Like, getting back to him takes so long.
I get knocked down.
That was infuriating.
Yeah, Vitreous is a boss.
I mean, me not being able to aim with the bow is what infuriated me, but still.
I mean, the bow. Okay, so the bow in this game has like a specific delay on it, which makes it kind of annoying to use in general.
Let's see.
And it makes that boss more difficult than it needs to be if you do use the bow.
Well, we have the bow, so we can just go ahead and clear Palace of Darkness and Eastern Palace.
Yeah, and Eastern together, which is nice. Like, Pod and Eastern are essentially the same exact... They're the same exact location in the Light and Dark world, so, like, once you actually complete Palace of Darkness, you can just mirror and do Eastern right away, and you don't need to travel in the overworld at all, which is nice.
Yeah, the Zelda series has too many eyeball bosses, and Link to the Past has one boss with too many eyeballs.
Yeah,
but hey, at least I'll get to show off my Moth fight. I'm okay at Moth.
So Link's Awakening brought back Vitreous, but Vitreous is totally different in Link's Awakening.
It's just...
Vitreous is in fact only one eye that you split into 2 eyes, and that is it.
You can't take damage when Kiki is following you, or he will run away, and then you'll have to pay him money again. Cold Stare also has too many eyeballs, but I mean, You know, he has one eyeball per body part.
A blink to the past.
A slink to the past.
No, that's Zelda 2. A blink to the past is Zelda 3. What's Zelda 1? Oh, I'll think of something eventually. A stink to the past. That's it. That's all.
So yeah, this has actually been an extremely open-ended seed where, I mean, I haven't really had to do any tough calls or dip into dungeons early or anything. Like, the game basically gave us all of our progression items before we started clearing dungeons, which is not normal. That's not normally what happens. So I'm not gonna say I'm disappointed. I'm just saying, like, it just goes to show the fact that it is in fact totally randomized, and you can get something that's very open-ended and somewhat easier like this, or you can get something that's like truly a brain buster, and you have to go into, you know, you have to go into this dungeon without the bow and without the hammer just to get the fire rod, and then you go into, you know, Skull Woods to find, you know, the mushroom, and then the witch has the bow, and then you have to come back here. That's a lot more common, but, you know, to me, those seeds are more fun. This kind of seed is like pretty much just, you know, it's an ice rod hunt. There's like 100, there's 100 locations left, and any of them could be the ice rod, and then we're in go mode.
I don't think there are that many locations.
Oh no, I was exaggerating.
I will say that, like, if the ice rod does pop up, like, even relatively soon, this seed was like abnormally friendly.
Yeah, and
in terms of how it could go, like relative to how it could go.
And like, I want to continue to encourage people to play rando, but you got to understand, if you're playing on these settings, for every completely easy, friendly seed there like this, there are 5 nightmare seeds waiting for you, where it's like totally obtuse and totally confusing. But in my opinion, those are still fun, and those are a lot of times arguably more fun. I mean, there are
an engaging challenge.
Every once in a while, you get a seed that really just takes you for a ride, and by the end of it, you're just like, why did I even bother to complete this? But that's, you know, rando's gonna rando, as they say. Like, that's kind of what you're signing up for. Oh my god. So.
Oh, the middle chest.
Yeah, I don't have the big key.
Or the right side, just in general, I think.
So,
I didn't realize either.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm busy talking, which is, you know, I'm going to forgive myself for being distracted.
Yeah. I'm
a musician, all right? Don't judge me. Also very sweaty.
I can't even use that excuse anymore.
I mean, you're still a musician. You're just not primarily a musician.
Yeah, I used to be a musician.
We should get into our history. Like, TGH and I have known each other since way back in the Overclocked remix days. Yeah. Like, what, like freaking 15 years ago or something crazy?
Probably not 15.
I mean, I was
12, 15 years ago.
Well, I joined OC. I'm 32 now, so I mean, I'm sure you guys are familiar with OC Remix. I joined in 2003. I had my first remix posted in 2006. So I was a part of the community around 2006. But TGH and I were sort of, we existed on the forums together. We were both submitting tracks, and we were both making video game remixes around the same time.
Yeah, and we actually both. I believe it was I think it was a Mega Man remix competition where we were on the same team for a collaborative event.
Oh, I have to hit the switch.
I think, and like it was like you, me, and Emunator, it might have been, and someone else.
Yeah, I know I can bonk those walls. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot. I literally just wasn't paying attention. I am aware that you can bonk those walls. Yeah. Sorry, not to interrupt you.
No, it's fine. But yeah, I think I had my first posted mix was in like 2012. I think back when I was like obsessed with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon music.
Rightfully so.
And yes, it's extremely good music. Still, like I'm not as obsessed with it anymore, but I'm still like very fond of the soundtrack.
Lord Nightmare, that we were concurrently active. I was active before TGH, yes. But I was still active when TGH
And I've never been like as prominent on the site as Ben ever was, and I kind of like I moved away from remixing, got into speedrunning. Like,
we also did a lot of original electronic music, which I've also done. But anyway, the point of the story is that we've been adjacent to each other and acquaintances for a really, really long time in the same communities, and then TGH became a legendary speedrunner. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
That beetle sucks. The beetle does that.
Yeah. But yeah, and then Zelda is actually what like finally brought us together as friends. I would raid his stream because he would be speedrunning No Major Glitches, and I would be doing rando, and you know, it's just kind of this like, well, I know you, like, yeah, I know you, like, we recognize your name, but it's just very funny that like we were in the same community and never really hung out, and then over a decade later, you know, A Link to the Past is what brought us together. I think that's pretty cool.
It is really cool, yeah. Like, and then we did a co-op rando seed like not even too long ago. In fact, we've done a couple.
It was
we did
something.
Some multi-worlds not too long ago. Like, multi-world is actually a really interesting concept where you actually both play different seeds, but the items from both seeds are spread out amongst both seeds, and you basically find each other's items for each other.
So if you find the other person's item, it instantly sends to them, and you connect via the internet. It's very cool.
It's done like via like not IRC, but like well, I guess it is.
It's done via a needlessly complicated series of beeps and boops.
Yes. But yeah,
it's a series of tubes.
It's really fun. There are a lot of different ways to do randomizer, and multi-world is one of the more recent ways to do it, like with other people.
So yeah, for my go mode, I really only need the ice rod. I would like to find a sword upgrade because it makes all the bosses easier, but especially Ganon. I can do Master Sword Silverless, I just don't want to.
That is a nice statue color right there. I love that color. The deep purple. But yeah, like, chances are you have at least one sword upgrade in Ganon's Tower. At this point. Like, it's statistically more likely than not.
I'm just trying to decide if I want to force myself to find a sword upgrade or not, because Master Sword Silverless is tough, especially without the cape and a bunch of bottles. If I had the cape and I had a lot of bottles to fill with like blue potion, I'd be more keen, but we'll see how the run goes. I just don't want to be on Ganon for like 100 years and not actually be able to beat him.
You've still got Pyramid Fairy open as well.
Yeah.
And there's also Eastern after this too, like don't do Eastern. I almost forgot about Eastern.
Oh my god.
Turtles.
They don't even have eyes. How do they see?
They don't see, they just know.
So that's a room that you can do in the dark. I do not recommend it.
Neither do I.
I have done it once in my life, and it was triumphant, but also infuriating.
You can do it, it's just really dangerous to do, because if it goes wrong, it goes very, very wrong. Here's King Helmasaur.
So if you hold out your sword hold out your sword and press Y without releasing B, it extends the hitbox of your hammer and lets you hit him easier and faster, and you're always facing forward. You can do this with pretty much any Y item. It's a great way to sort of like sidestep if you're trying to stay facing forward and use an item. Tons of lag. Gotta love the lag.
There's a lot of lag in this room, yeah.
Just gonna use arrows. It's kind of the intended weapon. Thanks for nothing, bud.
8 arrows and he's finished. That would be 22. 22 checks, including tile room.
Bees? Let's see. So we are one pendant away.
You can go pull the pedestal.
Yeah, let's see. What are we? So let's do Eastern. I'll check the map really quick. Let's see, what else have I not talked about? Oh yeah, my record label, Tiny Waves, has provided all of the break music that you've heard in between the runs throughout the entire weekend. All of those songs were made by my extremely talented friends. So if you hear a song that you like, please do me a favor and Google their name, Google the song. Literally all those, every single artist on Tiny Waves is so talented, and they're literally all of my favorite people. So TGH is actually on a Tiny Waves album. He's on our massive Undertale album.
I have one track on there.
Yep. And but yeah, you know, when they asked if Tiny Waves music would be good for the break music, I was like, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, you know, I mean, check out Tiny Waves obviously, but for me the more important thing is that you check out the artists, because without them there just would be no Tiny Waves. It's how a record label works. Without artists there's nothing. So let's see here. Pod is cleared. Sorry, I'm updating my map tracker so I don't forget anything, because you know, ADHD and all that.
Wait, what is your last pendant? I thought you had all the pendants.
I believe I have 2 out of 3.
Yeah, you've got 2 people here with ADHD trying to track stuff and like, explain stuff.
Well, that's the best part.
This is what you get.
2 people with ADHD doing a speed run that's different every time that you have to adapt to on the fly. Like, great, that sounds perfect. I'm just saying, shoutouts to all the Type A personalities that also run Randomizer. I'm not jealous.
The one track minds out there need love too.
The people who can focus for 2.5 hours. Yo, what's up, Mick?
Alright, so Eastern has 3 items, and I do not know how many you've got.
We have found 1.
Found 1 item. Okay. So this is another example of a check, just like I mentioned in Ice Palace, how like, you know, you can risk not getting it, but in this case we've only found 1 item, so we know that this chest has a
right, because there's only 2 checks left. There's this chest and the boss. So
yep.
That bass line though.
That tritone.
I'm gonna damage boost to get in here. Or, there we go.
Nice.
There's a faster way to do that. I didn't do it. Maybe I did get an item.
Maybe you got 2 items.
That's fine.
Okay.
It was for the demonstration. It was for the exhibition.
Yeah.
I will say there's a reason I put my estimate as 2.5 hours. Okay, we're gonna go...
Rando can go so wrong, like...
I mean, it's kind of just wrong by definition, you know? You're really signing up for it.
Yeah.
And that's not to be discouraging. Again, the shuffling and the randomness and just the fact that this game, the fact that this vanilla game seemed to be so perfectly built for rando is really, you know, a lot of people are of the opinion that this is the perfect randomizer game, and I don't know, I've watched a lot of different ones and I tend to agree. Like, it's almost like they expected us to do this, you know? The way that the game's designed and the fact there's so many chests in the world, it's just like... And for me, I think what makes this game so replayable... That was not the most efficient way to do that, but whatever. What makes Link to the Past so replayable and what makes Rando so fun is Link's movement speed. Like, the controls and the responsiveness and how quickly you walk around. Like, even when you don't have the boots, I just find it to be very snappy and speedy and satisfying. Like, compared to almost any other Zelda game, it's just like you just move so at the perfect rate. It just, the game feel is just off the charts. Hey, we'll go talk to Sahasrara too. How about that?
Yeah, and then you just get the boots and the game just like becomes even more fun to play because the boots are just so fast as well.
So I don't want to go into that warp, so I'm gonna grab a bomb so I don't have to go into it.
Yeah, you can also do that with the flute. If you play the flute and have the duck fly to you, you can actually just walk through the portal as well.
I just want to do spin speed. Thank you.
There we go.
Saves so much time. All right, let's see what Sahasrara has for us, and we can also check the 3 items in his back room. Thanks for the $50, Grandpa. Excuse me?
I actually kind of agree with Skipper here. I like there's temper. Nice.
So we got the bacon sword. That's good.
Yeah, I actually kind of agree with Skipper. Like I speedrun Link's Awakening DX, and like the movement in that game, like I like the reason I like that game as a speed game is because of the movement itself, like how free the movement feels. And how you can actually move while charging the boots as well, and how jumping like frees your movement speed a lot. Sick kid, please don't actually have Ice Rod. It would make me mad.
Wow, $50. Thanks, Grandpa. We do have 3 bottles now, which is nice. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go kill Mothula. So this is going to be a kind of a fun route through Skull Woods. We're basically just, because we have the fire rod already, we're just going to go straight to the back. Why did I do that?
Yeah, and then while
clearing a path for myself.
While he's at the back, he can actually, now that he has all the pendants, he can actually mirror and pull the pedestal as well.
Yeah, we'll do pedestal check first for funsies.
It would be a blind pull too, because no book.
Yep. That was originally going to be one of the incentives, was blind pull pedestal, and I was like, well, let's just roll that in with all dungeons.
That's going to happen anyway.
And then Silverless was also, I was like, Silverless Ganon was another one, and I was like, I'm just going to show off Silverless no matter what, so let's not make it no need to make it an incentive if I'm just going to want to do it anyway. So yeah, you can beat Ganon without the silver arrows. There's some frame perfect tricks, but they don't feel frame perfect because you get to use your spin attack, and your spin attack has like a very long lasting hurt box. And I'll show you guys how to do that at the end of the run. But basically right before Ganon teleports, there's a 1 frame window that you can be striking him with your sword. Or your hammer, if you're a literal god. Andy. Honestly, I do want to shout out Andy Lasso and William J. Bradley, just for being the inspirations that made me want to get into this game.
Both awesome people.
Yeah, and Will's a super nice guy who is a fan of my music, and he's always so nice to me when I'm in his stream, but they're both insanely good at rando and excellent streamers, but like, if it weren't for those guys, like, I would not have gotten into this. I mean, I had known about it before I saw their streams, but watching them and like, excuse me?
What? Okay, I think the wall was playing some shenanigans.
That was insane. But yeah, if it wasn't for Will sort of engaging with me in his chat and always running it, and me being able to watch their YouTube recordings, like, I wouldn't be doing this, and like, I'm really grateful for that. So shoutouts to William J. Bradley.
Yeah, both people that I've also been.
Oh my god, are you kidding me, dude?
Hanging out with like in real life too at Games on Quick events, and they are both just super chill, super cool, super down to earth people. Like, just yeah, huge shout out to them.
What is going on?
Okay, I know. I don't know what happened there, but I have a. I don't have a theory. This is Randomizer, where Moth is supposed to take damage from that.
Yeah. This is Randomizer, where everything's made up and the points don't matter. Okay, I am very confused about his hitbox.
I think spin slashes with temper do the same as regular slashes.
Yeah. My muscle memory from practicing, so I've practiced this fight with hammer only, and I've practiced this fight with fighter sword only, so that's kind of my muscle memory is spin slashes.
Yeah, that's fair.
So Moth is really glitchy, by the way. If you knock Moth into a spike, it's like 90% of the time he just doesn't take damage at all. So you kind of have to strategize not only like how you hit, like you have to strategize being able to hit him in the first place, but you also have to like hit him in the right direction and in the right way so he doesn't run into a wall. So he didn't have an item, which means there's still 2 items left in Skull Woods. So we're gonna grab this chest, and then we will mirror and pull the pedestal, and then obviously one of them is going to be, where am I, brother? Okay. Obviously one of them is going to be the ice rod, and then we don't have to use our brains anymore. Okay, I guess. That's cool. I get to show you another bomb jump.
Don't forget to check the pad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
I don't believe Mick will let me forget. Also, Mick, I've been peddling your wow, it's some toxic gas.
Nice color palette.
All right, place your bets. What's on the pedestal? Wow, those look disgusting.
Come on, come on.
Mick, I've been peddling your idea to bring the giant grasshoppers to Breath of the Wild 2. Wow, it's just a little piece of love. Cool. All right, well, there's your pedestal check. That's what you all asked for. I hope your $1,200 was worth it. No, I'm kidding. You guys are awesome. I'm actually so like touched that you guys would donate that much money to make my experience more miserable. It's weird. I keep saying thank you, but qualifying it. I don't mean to. I am actually very grateful. It's for the kids. Also, we're really close to that $5,000 goal. I mean, we hit the goal yesterday, so there's no reason we can't hit the goal tonight. We still got a lot of run left.
$555 seems pretty meetable.
That is, if every viewer donated $10, we'd be there. Why am I doing this? I have the red cane. Let's go.
I wasn't gonna say.
See, this is no. That's why you're here. You're supposed to say.
Thanks, man.
You're supposed to make me better at the game than I actually am. Oh, that's the wrong entrance. I always do that.
I didn't want to be intrusive.
It's true. I appreciate you letting me. It's like a child, you know? Sometimes you just have to let them learn the hard way.
Like, as long as the child doesn't hurt themselves, though. You know, like, that was a harmless little thing that I was letting you do, so to speak.
Yeah. Thanks, Bean Dad.
It's not like, doing that would have, like, completely screwed you over.
Oh, here, let's do the bomb jump. So, this is a bomb jump for, to get the big chest early. Well, not early, it's just a little bit faster. But there's just a specific place you need to line up here. Go.
Just be careful not to unlock the door. Okay,
right.
Cool. I thought you were gonna, like, dash.
Hey,
there we go. Hey.
Let's go, dude. That's great.
I thought you were gonna dash left and, like, unlock the door. Just dash through the door.
Cool. We're in go mode, which means we're out of here, just in a big way. So wait, all that's left is Turtle Rock. Let's go, dude. Oh, we have to do Aghanim 1. Let's get that out of the way. Just save and quit.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. You actually probably best to do Aghanim last because, like, you end up right near the pyramid anyway.
True.
So definitely Turtle Rock first, and then once you're done with Ganon's Tower, you'll just spawn on the pyramid and just go right in.
So, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This game is not normally this blessed. It is generally far more cursed. But I guess it wanted to give me an easy go of it because it knew I was nervous. It's funny. I stream this game all the time on my channel. I mean, I really truly love Link to the Past Rando, and I do it all the time. And but for some reason, doing anything not on my Twitch channel makes me super nervous. So I appreciate you guys bearing with me. But the magFAST guys are all friends of mine, and I was really happy to be able to help out. And you guys have
doing marathon runs in general, especially of Randomizer of all things, where, like, everything is different all the time, and you need to be, like, constantly thinking about things. Like during a marathon run, yeah, like, you're honestly, like, right now you're doing something pretty nightmarish. Like, for a lot of, not even just, like, people, but, like, actual, like, like, speedrunners. Like, this is a nightmarish thing for anyone. So, like, huge props to Ben for doing this.
Oh, you're too kind. Don't tell them I've already done it 200 times. So what's funny is I rendered another seed. I generated another seed, and it's sitting on my desktop, and on a whim during the break I decided to generate a new one, and I'm playing the one that I generated during the break. So it makes me wonder if the one that I generated that's on my desktop is, like, actually like a hell seed, and I just dodged that bullet, But that's the thing with rando. It's like, it's just gonna rando. What's our timer at right now?
On stream says 146.14.
That's insane. That's insane for my skill level and all dungeons. That's so crazy.
So like, give it like a couple seconds, but yeah, on stream it was like 146.
That's absurd, actually.
And,
That just goes to show how friendly this seed, how lucky this seed has been.
oh wow, we just got 2 donations.
Let's go. We can hit that goal.
We got a $155.56 donation from Robo Rob Music.
Whoa, Robo
saying,
Rob.
Let's hit that goal, everyone. We're so close.
We're so
And then
close.
We got another one from 4 asterisks. I think that might have been, I don't know if that was censored or not.
Might have been a bad word.
Thank you, 4 asterisks, who donated $55.65 saying Bloomerang Supremacy.
Oh, that was Mick. Thanks, Mick. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, it's according to one of my most loyal viewers, Mick. The run is actually not complete until we find the blue boomerang. So sorry guys, we're not in go mode until we find it.
We have it.
We have bloomerang?
We do. Yeah, we have.
I don't believe you.
Yes, we do.
Oh my god.
I think you found it in pod. Yeah, you found it in Northwest Dark Chest and Pod.
Green blue.
Do not ask me how I remember that.
Why did it censor Nick's name?
Apparently it's an Irish thing.
I see.
It's also just a name. But you know, you gotta play it safe sometimes. Alright, I'm gonna try to do a trick here. I don't know the perfect setup for it, but that should work. Ow. Yay, I did it. No bites.
Nice.
No bites.
That room is terrible, by the way.
So those are chain chomps, and those are the only 2 chain chomps in the entire game, and they do so much damage. Like, Nintendo really wanted you to respect the chomps, which they've always been that way. Chomps have always been a very overpowered enemy. Yep. Except in Link's Awakening, where they're just a friend.
Yeah. In Link's Awakening, they are literally a pet dog. Owned by somebody in your neighborhood.
God, that gives me flashbacks to the... Ooh, look at this. The lava is a pretty blue ocean.
Should go swimming.
So yeah, just to reiterate, there's a palette swap feature that you can select after you generate a seed, and that's how you get all these pretty colors. So I'm gonna steal a key from this guy, and then I'm just gonna backtrack because we're in go mode, so we don't have to worry about pretty much anything.
Yeah, you do have the big key. Good. Okay.
I'm gonna grab some safety fairies while we're here. While we're in the area. And so again, you know, if you love A Link to the Past, or if you've, you know, and you've 100%ed it, or you just really like it, I strongly recommend you. It's just alttpr.com. You know, start on the beginner mode. You know, there's plenty of tutorials. And the thing is, for any of the tricks that you want to learn, I don't know, even just like, I feel like watching any of the old runs that people have uploaded on YouTube. Wait, I can just go this way. I'm in go mode. But yeah, just get into it. I can't recommend it enough. If you love this game, this is one of the most captivating ways to refresh a game that I've ever experienced. I used to do Mario 64 16-star runs. Not nearly as well as the runner earlier. I think his PB is like sub 19, which is wild. Who was that? It was like Rip Salty, I think is the name. Sorry, I was watching earlier, but I forget the name of the runner. But they did an amazing job. Oh, cool.
Wait.
Medallion % complete. But
so
yeah,
that chest wasn't required to open at all, but I'm glad that you did, because now we have all 3 medallions.
Yeah, you know, I get talking and I just go on autopilot.
You're fine. I completely, if there's anyone who understands that, it's me.
But I will reiterate, my whole goal with coming on and doing this run was to hopefully demystify Randomizer a little bit. Like I said, I wish that there had been a little bit more routing puzzle solving, which there was absolutely none of. Like, this might have been the most gentle and like brainless seed I have ever played, where everything was just handed to me on a silver platter. But you know, me saying that and saying like, oh well, God, there's not even anything that I would want. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll find the cape. Screw it. I'm gonna check these chests because finding the cape would actually be worth it for me. Just because it makes Ganon that much easier. And also, I mean, who doesn't want to turn invisible sometimes?
Or, you know, you could find that too.
Oh, we got silver arrows.
That works too.
We got silvers. It's so funny. Well, let's try them out.
As you got silvers, we got a $20 donation from Just Jucka saying, "Don't forget to be awesome." I'd say that getting silvers is pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome. DFTBA, indeed. Thanks for the 20 bucks. Obviously the most useful item in Randomizer is the $20 rupees. All right, there's a full magic refill, so I'm gonna lay that platform first so I can go back up to full magic, and then I'm gonna switch to the ice rod. And I have tempered sword, so unless my sword beams, you know, screw with me, then we should be good. What?
Oh, you got him during, I think just before he turned back to being unfrozen.
Ow. Well, he piddled a little bit on the floor there. Got a little too excited. Oops.
It happens. I think try not to see any action for a while.
Whoop. So I was trying to spin attack as soon as he came out of his animation there, but I missed it. I could have killed him with 3 with a spin attack, and oh my goodness. So as soon as he comes out of his original form, you can hit him on the head, and you have time to kill him before he even sort of normally spawns, which is what I was trying to do, but I didn't release my spin attack at the right time.
I don't know why that happens. I don't know why you can hit his head for the first part of the fight.
Because good program video game is good. Oh yeah, we should note that this is technically the version 1.0 Japanese ROM of the game. Most, if not all, of the glitches that you see are not possible. Some of them are possible on the English version, but a lot of them are not, because that was actually 1.1, I think. So yeah, that's just a fun fact. But I am curious how many people have never seen A Link to the Past Randomizer, or never heard of it, or didn't know it was a thing. Because to me it doesn't feel obscure, and the community is very robust nowadays. But the barrier of entry to this game has been lowered so much. So yeah, now to complete Ganon's Tower, we need to find 1 small key and 1 big key. So everybody pick a number between 1 and 22. And what am I doing? Pick a number between 1 and 22, and we'll I don't know, something. I'll donate something for. I'll donate to Child's Play for whoever gets it right. I don't know. I'll figure something out that makes sense.
My bet's on 15.
I got 7. 7's in the bag.
Okay, that was the first 2. Excuse me, sir. This is a Wendy's. All right, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for this. Start over, because I have to hit all the torches in this room, and I don't want to mess it up, because it's very annoying if it messes up. Excuse me. This is nice because you can just line up against that railing, and it puts you in line for both of them. Should learn that recently. Gibdos are weak to fire rod, in case you haven't noticed. Why am I doing this? I have the freaking... Oh my gosh. Suboptimal, as we say in the business. In the business of... Hey, there's my cape.
Oh, there's your cape.
There's my book! Oh my god, I always do this! I always do it wrong! All right, well, that's a bunch of stuff we don't need, but the cape is very nice. The cape not only helps with Ganon, but helps us with one specific room in this dungeon. So I walked across that diagonal there to sort of, to not hit those star switches, just to... So we left one chest on the right side, it's the tile room. We consider that the last one because it's by far the slowest. I'm gonna leave that so we can meet Bob. I don't know which check that was, but I'm gonna leave it there.
That was 7.
7,
so
all right.
My guess is dead now.
TGH, not a wizard.
Damn, feels bad.
Or a wizrobe, or whatever they're called. Yeah, we're gonna say hi to Bob. Hopefully. Assuming we have to go see him or not. Whoopsie. It's becoming more and more likely that we're gonna go have to visit Bob. So there's an anti-fairy that's glitched out if you don't grab the key. If you don't grab the item that's on that torch, then there's an anti-fairy later in the dungeon that is completely glitched out, and we affectionately refer to him as Bob in the community.
So this will be 12.
Aw, man, I almost got the good movement.
Get the heart refill though.
Goodness. Go. I'm gonna try to do something here. Try to do something here.
Doing this with the red boomerang is like nice. It's way harder to do than with the blue boomerang.
You know, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, the blue boomerang, like the slowness and like the less travel distance makes it easier to do. So this check will be 13.
Ow. So those fireballs only damage you. The front fireball is the only thing that has a hitbox, so you can just be inside of the tail. Bump bump, bump bump, bim 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 bim. I'm still in awe of how friendly this seed was. Hey, there it is.
I was 1 off.
14 was the answer.
All right, your prize is everyone in chat donates $14 to Child's Play, and then we hit our goal. I'm gonna go visit Bob because we're way underestimate, and we gotta go visit Bob. Like, come on.
Yeah, so Bob happens when you don't get that item on the torch.
Yeah, I actually need another small key anyway because I didn't get it, so we have to keep going anyway. So the key that I skipped so we could go visit Bob is actually the reason we have to go visit Bob now. There we go. I just learned that one. Can skip over that warp tile by bonking in the right spot. Bonking is just very, very useful in a lot of areas, like here.
Yeah, there's a hole there.
Yeah, well, there's a hole there.
There are holes everywhere.
There's Bob. This is Bob, everybody.
Oh.
He reminds me of like the mini Krakos from Kirby. Anyway, we're gonna convert him into fairy. Thanks, Bob. We love ya. Okay, now I have to find a small key somewhere. It's gonna be so funny if I have to go back and get the key. But here's Ice Armos, which are trivial because we have silver arrows. So we need one small key going into the top of the tower, or we cannot progress. Thank goodness.
There it is.
All right.
It would have been funny if the big chest had a small key. I guess we'll never know.
Well, at the very least, I will be donating $14 for the 14th chest. But I'll be donating more than that tomorrow as well. Or maybe tonight, you know. It's just I'm the last run, so it'll be kind of weird to...
Mind control.
I mean, we already got one $14 donation.
Let's go.
Yo.
That's what we love to see. Thank you, Cookie Monster. Let's go. Child's Play is such an awesome charity. Like, I've been following them since way back in the day when their only thing that they did was provide video game consoles for bedridden and hospitalized kids, and like the chronically ill. And they still do that, but they've expanded it to be, you know, entire wish lists for kids that are fulfilled, and also I think they've expanded to survivors of domestic abuse. So, I mean, they're just an amazing charity that just literally gives people the fun stuff that they want and to make their lives a little bit easier when they're in a bad situation. And I just like the fact that you know that your dollars are going directly to fulfilling a wish list with games and video games and toys for children who have no choice but to be stuck in the hospital. It's just like, I mean, literally what better cause? Like, you just know that you're making a child's life better. So could not be happier with the choice of Child's Play as the charity for this event.
We got another $14 donation. That train has started.
That's what we're talking about. Hey, bud, you're embarrassing me in front of my friends. So you're gonna see some of my let's say below average execution. That's what we're gonna see a little bit of. I know some of these rooms pretty well, but you know, there are optimal, and that's the thing, is like, I've been playing this game for probably about a year. I've probably done like 150 seeds on my stream channel, and there's still so much optimization and just learning how to do individual rooms, the kind of stuff that you would do in a no major glitches run, that like I have yet to learn. You know, it's a grind. It's just like any other speed run. But the beauty of this game is like, it's still fun even if you don't know the optimal way to do things, or you're a little bit rusty. Like, it's still, the fun of it is not necessarily playing it perfectly, but sort of exploring the idiosyncrasies and the sort of quirks of each individual seed, and solving the puzzle of like where you're supposed to go based on what items, and taking risks to try to improve your time. And racing people is a lot of fun. The cool thing about the ladder races is you get an ELO score, so you end up, after a few runs, you end up just basically going up against people who are at your skill level, and it's a 1v1 race, and you don't know who your opponent is until you've completed. That's a cute room. That one's nice and easy. But yeah, I think that's alttprladder.com, and then the website for Randomizer is alttpr.com. That was pretty optimal. Took some damage, but it was a good room.
Yeah, the cane strats are super cool. And like,
oh my god.
Lake Guinness Tower.
Wow.
Also, that room sucks.
Yeah,
donations are really coming in now.
Yeah, let's go.
We got one from Christina Rawls. We got another one from Mick, and then we got one from very own TGH.
Let's go.
Am I doing this right?
If I could stop playing to donate, I would. I mean, I guess I could, but that would be kind of whack. I'll donate during the credits.
Someone else just donated for you with the comment, "Choo choo."
Yeah, let's keep the train going, baby. There's still plenty of game left. Like, we're not done by a long shot. I do have to grab this key because I only have one, and I believe you need two. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna check these just for fun. Even though there's literally no items I could get at this point. I genuinely have every item in the game. So having this, that's something to note. Having literally all the items in the game with such a low total check density is actually wild. Like, this is unusual to say the least. To not only have everything handed to me in terms of progression the way that it was, that fairy did not want to hang out. But to have all the items with so many remaining checks on the map is like, this is, in my experience, this is unprecedented in terms of just like naturally full clearing the game without having to do any random one-off checks is like actually absurd. So yeah, this has been kind of a blessed seed. It's something special, to be honest. Hey, brother, can you not? All right, this is the validation chest.
It loves you.
I think in the vanilla game that has a single arrow.
That's 20 rupees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is one of the only reasons I wanted the cape, is for this room. Because I hate that room. And that room hates you too.
That room hates everyone.
It's a bad room.
There's a really funny clip of me in that room, like actually dying in that room, taking like 10 hearts of damage.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's bad.
So, all of these positions are random, and I'm trying to... Basically, I'm trying to figure out the best place to stand to bait the other shots, and then direct them into the real Aghanim. And you can get a triple every once in a while, but the game doesn't really like it.
This fight is terrible, by the way.
Yeah, it's you have to really think. You have to really think on your feet. That wasn't bad. It was pretty okay.
Got even more donations.
Keep them coming, baby.
We got a donation from Elf Queen 86 for $14, saying,
"Let's go.
Nick's the Past Randomizer was the first randomizer I ever saw, and I never get tired of watching it. Here's your $14 for the big key being the 14th chest."
Thank you so much.
We got $14.90 from our very own Hutch.
Hutch!
For those who don't know, Hutch is one of the people responsible for this wonderful event. And he says, "Choo choo!"
Is it up here? Or is it at the bottom?
I think you might be a little bit high for that. Yeah. That'd be like a couple pixels lower.
Yeah, well, I can just do it down here, right?
Yeah, you're good there. Also, thank you for remembering to do Aga 1.
I didn't want to do Aghanim 1, but somebody said it right away, and I was like, well, I can't fool them, so... I just hate Aghanim 1 so much.
Yeah.
Oh. But it's cool. I'm completely overpowered right now. The only thing I
super quickly, yeah.
The only thing I don't have is the mirror shields. Like, it's insane, actually. I never even turned in the mushroom. Like, I'm looking at my map tracker, and I have so many checks left. It's absurd. I'm excited to see my clear percentage on this, actually. Here's the maze that I don't remember how to do because I never do Aghanim, ever. Sir? 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 Sir?
Something in here has Butter Sword for your troubles.
Oh, that's true. Butter Sword I also don't have. This way. There we go. Brain no remember maze. Oh, no, bye. See ya. I do like that you just walk past them and go up the stairs and they're like, well, nothing we can do. I don't get paid enough for that. I'm not going upstairs. That guy didn't even see me. Just unsuspecting guard.
Meanwhile, that guy saw you from 2 miles away.
And these are like Hyrule soldiers that are possessed by Aghanim. It's like, we're kind of just murdering. It's fine. We don't think about it. And also, we use the golden power to bring everybody back anyway. So.
Yeah.
It's a nice, convenient excuse for just murdering citizens of Hyrule.
Yeah, you really do kind of just do that.
Oh yeah, you're just murking them, man. You're just murking them. Like, there's... And they very specifically say that they're just Hyrule soldiers that have been turned against you by Aghanim's spell. Like, it's not even... He didn't, like, conjure them. They're just... They're just some guys.
You know, I never really thought of that.
They certainly don't want you to think of that. But, you know, when Link gets the golden power, he wishes for everyone to be back to life, and supposedly the Dark World, you know, becomes the Golden Land, but you never get to see it. Either that or it, like, merges with the Light World and they're, like, one and the same. I don't know.
I think if the lore is to believe, it's still like the golden land, but I don't know, my Zelda lore is not that great. But I do want to say we just got a $14 donation from our very own Zump.
Let's go, Zump. Shoutouts to Zump, by the way. If it wasn't for Zump, I wouldn't be doing this, and I'm really, really happy that I got the opportunity. Zump has been a longtime friend and supportive viewer, and he knows me well enough to know that reminding me to sign up for this like 5 times was what was necessary, and I really appreciate him doing that. So thank you so much, Zump. I've had a great time. So this is the brain dead version of Aghanim.
Yeah, so the way this fight works is it can give you either one of those, which we call blue balls.
They're normally blue.
Back at them. Yeah.
Now they're yellow balls, which get that checked out.
Or he'll give you a normal energy ball, which you can deflect back at him. Every 4th attack, he'll do this. He'll just shoot lightning straight down. The first attack of every cycle is always a normal ball, is always a normal reflectable ball, and then from then on it's 50-50 for each of the following 3 until he does the lightning attack. And so far this seems like decent RNG. I think he's only got 1 blue ball so far. So 1 more normal energy ball and he's done. 1 blue ball. Who would have guessed?
And how convenient. We're right back where we need to be.
Wow.
Yep. And
Cool.
we fall in and yo, what's up, Ganon?
So I'm gonna do silverless, which basically just means I'm not gonna use the silver arrows. And I'll just show you that frame perfect trick that I was talking about. Again, it's not actually frame perfect. It's just it's a 2 frame window that you can hit him. But because your spin attack hurt box lasts for so many frames, it's essentially actually pretty free.
Your spin attack is actually an area of effect attack, which does like extend around you for a certain amount of frames. I think it's something like 40 frames or something. I don't know exactly how much it is, but it does make silverless Ganon much more feasible and pretty consistent actually. If
My
you
goodness.
get the patterns down.
Yeah, the hardest part about silverless Ganon is baiting the fire bats.
Yeah,
But once you get that movement, it's pretty free. Well,
Yeah,
free
one
is a
really
bad way to
important
say it, because there's a lot of things you have to keep track of and improvise on the fly, and you have to make sure you get the torch glitch. Do you want to explain torch glitch so I don't have to think about it?
Yeah, sure. So you'll notice that the bottom 2 torches will go out one after another. First the left one and then the right one. But if you relight the left torch before the right one goes out, you'll actually see that it will never go out. Like neither torch, actually the right torch will never go out. So you only need to relight the left torch when it goes out, which is very useful. Saves a lot of time.
So right before he teleports to a new location, there's a 1 frame or 2 frame window. I think it's 2 frames. It might be 1.
It is 2 frames.
There's a 2 frame window where you can damage him without the silver arrows by using your sword. It has to be a spin attack. Actually, I don't think it has to be a spin attack.
You can
unless you have
slow
Master
them,
Sword, it does, but yeah. Also, if you accidentally bump yourself into the hole, just make sure you're holding away from the hole, and you'll be fine. Oh, right, I can't do that. And also, if you're gonna get hit by a fire bat, completely release the D-pad, and it won't move you at all, because the fire bats actually send you in the opposite direction that you're holding, and if you're not holding a direction, you just won't move at all. I learned that the hard way. And you have to hit him 12 times, like this. So if I only had Master Sword, I would also be doing this, but I would have had to hit him with spin attacks only during the first 2 phases, which makes it a lot more difficult.
Yep, and then this phase would have taken 24 hits instead of 12.
Yeah, it's annoying. I have done it, it's just not fun. Oh my gosh.
Also, if both torches are lit, that's what makes Ganon actually vulnerable. Like, that's what makes Ganon able to be hit in the first place. When they go out, if either one of them goes out, Ganon will be like semi-visible if only one of them is out, and totally invisible if both of them go out. But either way, he is invulnerable to not be hit. And that
time is coming up when the screen fades to black. So.
Yep. And GG's.
And time. Cool. What a friendly run. Jesus.
Nice job. Nice job.
Cool seed, right? I mean, yeah. I was hoping for one that was a little more challenging, but thanks. It's such a strange thing to say, like, oh, the seed was too easy, but genuinely, I didn't get to show off any of the this game is a puzzle game. Like, I would say that Randomizer is a puzzle game in that choosing where you need to go and the most efficient way to progress with your items is one of the biggest parts of the fun. You know, it's very rarely like this where it's just like, I didn't have to think about routing at all. I just went from dungeon to dungeon until they were all cleared, which is great and all. But it didn't really show off the puzzle aspect, which is, you know, I would say that this is not this is not a shining example of what you're normally going to get. It's normally going to be a little bit more of a thinker, and I think that stuff makes it a lot of fun. But yeah, sometimes you just get a seed like this where you just get to chill out and sort of, A, B, C, D, always be clearing dungeons, and then the game's over. So, What was our final time?
2:15:05 according to the stream.
That's crazy. So to put that in perspective, I did probably like 8 practice runs, making sure that I could hit my estimate, and almost every single one was like 220 or 230. And those were not all dungeons. Those were like only the crystal dungeons. So we did all dungeons and Aghanim 1, and we got a 215. When normally I didn't do all dungeons and I got like 230 every time. So that just goes to show how crazy lucky that seed was. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just make my donation really quick.
And then, can I say something real quick?
Oh, absolutely. I'm done yapping for a moment.
To meet our goal, we only need $183.
That's really close, y'all.
5,000 goal. And because we got a ton of $14 donations.
Good. Good.
So like we literally only need we don't even need $200. Like we're so close.
We're so close. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and contribute here.
And we met all but one of our Hollow Knight incentives.
Yo,
so
let's go.
If you wanna see all the extra boss fights in Hollow Knight, get those donations in so we can fight every single boss in the Hollow Knight randomizer.
Let's see. Well, let me toss my hat in the ring here. No, don't display my full name. You weird autofill.
But yeah, thank you again for having me as well and on commentary. Like this was a lot of fun to do. Just both the run I did and commentary for your run, and this was fun to watch as well as to commentate for. So just fun being a part of this. So thank you all very much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. It's been a lot of fun. I definitely had fun with this run, and the commentary has been great.
Yeah, I also want to say thank you for having me, and thank you TGH for being crazy enough to join me. I really enjoyed your run as well. And obviously
thank you for joining me too.
And I improved it by offering my strong expertise about Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link.
Yeah, for sure.
Link's Adventures, as it's known in the community. But seriously, my whole goal here was to show off a less intimidating sort of approach to Randomizer, because it's truly one of the most fun games I've ever encountered in my life. It rejuvenated my interest in A Link to the Past, and it led to me appreciating A Link to the Past more than I ever would have. I probably never would have really revisited A Link to the Past if it wasn't for Randomizer, and it led to me realizing how much I truly love that game. And now it's in my top 5, and it didn't used to be. And I don't know, it's brought me so much joy just like learning new. What's great about it is that there are so many tricks and glitches that are super entry level, and then the intermediate stuff, and it's very similar to Mario 64 in that you can set your own difficulty, and the different levels of skill, and there's so many different skill levels that allow you to play through the game that you could do a glitchless run of this, and you could just follow logic perfectly, and you would still have a great time, and the challenge would just be figuring out where to go next. But with trackers and with the Discord server, it's honestly like one of the coolest communities and one of the most fun gaming experiences that I think, if you have any interest in Link to the Past at all, like just go to the website, or just pick up Link to the Past and 100% it, do an all chests run. Like, that's honestly all I was trying to do here, is like, raise some money for charity and like really hopefully inspire some people to try out a game that's really brought me so much fun. But yeah, I guess I should do plugs or something. You can find me at Ben Briggs Live on Twitch. You can find TGH at TGH_SR. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
We're also on Twitter. Just Google me. It's fine. But And Tiny Waves, my record label, and all of my friends who made the amazing music that you've been hearing in between the runs, that's all Tiny Waves, and that's all my friends. And I, go to my friends' Bandcamp pages and support them directly. That's, for me, that's what my entire existence is all about. So if you've ever seen me perform at magFAST, or you've ever listened to any of my music, like I'm cool and all, but like I would really ask that you dig a little bit deeper into the community that we've been building over with Tiny Waves, and start discovering the artists that are friends of mine that deserve your support just as much, if not even more. So yeah, I think that's me, but these credits are kind of long.
Yeah, well said on everything, by the way, about like the community getting involved. This really is a great way to just like breathe new life into the game. If you've ever like wanted to go back and play Link to the Past, consider Randomizer as well. As well as the vanilla game. Like Randomizer is probably even more fun, honestly, with a lot of quality of life enhancements as well. Lots more customization. Of course, the whole Randomizer thing. In addition to that, but yeah, very, very well said on all fronts.
It's also getting ready to show us our stats, so the important stuff.
Now I have to give off this donation. Oh, if you want to say something real quick, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Well, it's your beautiful donation, $33 for the kids.
It's for the kids, baby.
Very much.
I'm sorry, I can't give more.
Hey, it's totally fine. Still, what you can give is what you can give. But man,
so close. 150 is so close.
$150 away from meeting our goal. It is only the second day. If everyone in chat gave literally like $2, we would meet it. If we get like a $2 train, we would make it. And it's only the second day.
That's insane. So you see my collection rate was 179 out of 216 items, which is higher than I thought.
Still pretty good, especially for all dungeons.
Doing all dungeons, completing it in 2 hours and 12 minutes at my skill level, that's wild. And still having so many checks left on the board, while getting literally every item in the game except for one sword and one shield and one bottle. And so I guess some... Wait, did I end up with 20 hearts? I did. Wow.
No, 18.
Oh, okay. I don't know
18
why.
18 hearts.
Oh, you're right. What's that 20 mean? I don't even know.
Heart pieces.
Oh, you're right. In for $2. Seems like a two train. A $2 train is going. I mean, I can hop on the 2 train, right?
Yeah, we've already got it started. Cookie Monster started the $2 train. Holy crap! Sorry, excuse my language. We just got a $120 donation from Anonymous.
Let's go, Anonymous.
Damn.
My favorite government watchdog organization.
So now we literally only need $28, and we will reach our $5,000 goal. That is crazy. Like I'm so humbled. I am so excited. It's very hard to express how I feel right now, but thank you guys so much for this. It's all going to a really good cause. Child's Play is a wonderful charity. It's also one of my personal favorites. So I'm just very happy that you guys have been so generous and so wonderful.
There's the link to the Past Randomizer Discord as well. But yeah, it's alttpr.com if you want to play, and there's the Discord. And yeah, I can't recommend it enough. As someone who's mostly an outsider to this community, like I'm still a part of the community, and I still love this game, and I just can't recommend it enough. And I hope that I could inspire somebody to get into it. Let me throw my how many dollars we need? What's it?
So we need $16.99 because we got a bunch of extra donations.
$16.99. Nice.
$16.99. Yep, we're at $4,983.01. So $16.99. Oh wait, no, we hit it.
Let's go, baby.
So I'll read off all the donations because we got a bunch. I don't want to leave them behind. But we got a $2.01 donation from Mash the Stampede saying, Bob,
Just Bob.
Just ellipses, Bob. And we got a $2 donation from Jug saying $2 train, toot toot.
Toot toot, baby.
Another $2 donation from Hutch saying choo choo. And then Michelle gracefully donated another $5. Love you, Michelle. And then what brought us over was a $20 donation from Starby.
Hey, Starby.
Hey, Ben. Good job.
Thank you, Starby. Wow. So many homies of mine were super generous. You guys are all so amazing. Warms my freaking heart. Dang it.
GG's.
GG's. That's $2,500 a day. It ain't even over yet, baby. That's so fantastic. And all I had to do was sort of be good at Zelda.
Hey, you were very good at Zelda. You're better than me. Last time I did Rando, I got stuck in Ice Palace.
That'll happen. Well, dang. You guys, what am I going to do? You want me to DJ now? Like, what are we going to do? It's the end of the night. That's normally what I do at the end of the night at magFAST is I DJ until 6 a.m, right?
Well, the spirit of magFAST is definitely alive and ready tonight. I can say that much.
Yeah, it feels like the good parts are all right here.
Definitely.
Yeah, pajama rave, let's go.
Oh, I'd be down for that.
Oh man.
But thank you guys so much for your generous donations. We have hit our second day goal of $5,000. Yesterday we said $2,500 and we hit that, and we already hit $5,000 today. I cannot thank you guys enough for your generosity. You guys are just so awesome, just so wonderful. It feels great to be here and seeing everything. And like I said, we are still not done. We have another day of speedruns to keep going. And honestly, I'm just floored.
Now you guys have to come up with another goal amount. What are you going to do? 10K, here we come.
I think we surpassed magFAST last year. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember. But I think we're getting pretty close.
So we're like, if not there, we're on our way to like the highest amount ever.
Yes, for sure.
Feels good, man.
We were
Feels good.
just short of 5K last year, so we did it.
Yo, we did it!
We beat last year.
Wow!
We did it, baby!
God. Thank you guys so much. Like, I've already said this like 5 times, but I'm just floored. Because I know 2020 was awful. It was rough for everybody, and just this amount of generosity to beat our goal from last year is just mind-blowing. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, man. Whispers of a Robo-Rob after party in the chat. Whispers.
Oh.
We'll see if he wants to do it. I mean, no pressure. I did just say it out loud on stream. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat.
I like the comment. Just play Temcore on loop without commentary.
Temcore. You know what? I can't escape Temshop, and I've accepted it. It's just a part of me, you know? It's just who I am, really. Yeah, what's the hotel room number?
That's a good question. It's the hotel room in my heart.
We'll replace the offline block with just 13 and a half hours of Temcore.
Please don't.
I think that's a good idea, though.
My soul would exit my body. I do love that. I do love the remix of the remix, though. Temcore goes off. I can say that I am proud of myself for that one.
Apparently, Temshop has 17 million views on YouTube.
Yeah, it just keeps going.
But yeah, no. Thank you guys so much. Today has been amazing. That run was awesome. I did not expect Chrono Trigger music to fit as well as it did.
Oh, it's great. It totally changes the vibe, but it fits perfectly.
I didn't expect it. As soon as we got to Aga 1 and I heard like that music, I was like, this shouldn't fit, but it fits.
I was really hoping for Banjo-Kazooie because that MSU pack is hilarious. Like it completely changes the tone of the game.
I can imagine.
It's so
I love
good.
Banjo-Kazooie, but that would have been really funny.
Paging Grant Kirkhope. Well, thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much, everybody, for donating. You guys are amazing. RoboRob says, give me 5 minutes. He's ready to hit play.
Do you guys have anything else you guys want to say?
Guess you can follow me on Twitch if you want, and you can follow me on Twitter if you want, but support independent musicians other than myself. That's what I'll say.
Heck yeah.
I think a lot of people think that a lot of people like to think that they support indie musicians, but they forget that the biggest part of supporting indie musicians is digging for new ones and finding the ones that you really love and becoming super fans of people that you haven't discovered yet. And I would say that Tiny Waves is a great place to start for people who deserve to have your super fandom. I love all my friends, and they're all more talented than me. So if you like what I do, then please go find my friends and support them. Sorry, I said it already. I've said it like 5 times now, but
hey, that's okay.
That's my vibe.
Good vibes, man.
Oh yeah, and go to Link to the Past. Go to alttpr.com and run a beginner seed and play Link to the Past and join the Discord server and get involved. Join the ladder races.
Sprites. You thought that Zelda sprite was cool? There's a ton of them. Ton of other ones down there.
There's a cursed Kirby sprite that messes up all of your visual cues if you're into that sort of thing. You can play as an invisible Link and you're just a shadow. That's fun.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. That should have been an incentive, actually. This is the cursed Kirby sprite, because that thing messes me up so bad.
Next year.
Next year,
good
yeah.
ideas. Well, thank you so much for being here. It was awesome.
Anything else, TGH?
Other than thanks again for having me, like, yeah, thank you. Thanks everyone for being cool. And yeah, just congrats everyone, seriously. Like,
we did it.
This was a really cool thing to be a part of.
I agree. Thanks for giving us Zelda at the end of the night. It's an honor.
Hey, it was a great way to close out the night, in my opinion.
I guess we'll let you guys do your outros. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, guys. Anyways, thank you guys for coming. I am Waffle Wybread. I was your host for... You guys had as much fun as I did. Terrage, do you have anything you want to say?
No, we're done. Thank you everyone for watching. It was a fantastic day 2. And we have a whole nother 3rd day left. So hope to see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, noon EST for Crash Bandicoot, Link's Awakening DX. Where's all the Dragon Mark for Death, Messenger Earthbound, and another randomizer, Hollow Knight. And it looks like we're going to be fighting a whole lot of extra bosses. So thank you again for all of your generous donations. We're clearly going to have to raise our expectations, and Child's Play is going to be able to help a lot of sick kids with this. So thank you.
We can meet that final one. We've got one last incentive, but we can totally meet it by the time Hollow Knight starts. I am confident.
Looks like RoboRub might actually be setting up the after party, but I don't know. That's I'm leaving that in your hands.
Oh boy.
We'll switch it to intermission, play a little more Tiny Wave, and enjoy that, and then we'll find a place to go chill. So thank you again, everyone, for watching, and hope to see you tomorrow for more speedruns and more donations for Child's Play. Have a good night.
Night, everybody. See y'all tomorrow.